Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the next edition of the Losers Lounge podcast. I'm your host, Christian freaking Maracle. It's good to be back here on the podcast for the first time since Money in the Bank. And it's been a wild number of weeks ever since the last podcast. A lot has changed. A lot is, well, feels like in a lot of ways we've gone back to normal for a lot of wrestling, mainly because the fans are back on a full-time basis. Hopefully it continues to stay that way because, ladies and gentlemen, we're still in this COVID-19 pandemic. The Delta variant is still going around. So remember that wherever you're going, vaccinated or not, I'm just saying, like, for the health and safety of those who are not yet vaccinated, please continue to wear your mask and social distance as you try to continue on with moving on with life, especially if you're attending wrestling shows, two of which we're talking about here. This is SummerSlam weekend here on the Losers Lounge podcast. And I have a couple of guests with me. Before we get to the guests, here, ladies and gentlemen, is two-time Losers Lounge Member of the Year and Optimistic Hall of Famer, the heelest of ballers.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's I, the heelest of ballers, and oh my gosh, we are back once again, episode 80. Like, we're legit almost to 100 episodes, which is insane. I'm back. Christian's back. The fans are back. Wrestling seems like it's getting back to normal. The world seems like it's getting back to normal. And holy crap, we got a big, big weekend ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yep. And folks, other member of the Losers Lounge, Double R Rice Ryan, sends his apologies. He has a family emergency going on, so he was unable to make it to this podcast recording. But he says hello. He apologizes. He loves y'all. He misses y'all. And he says hopefully we'll see each other next week. And that should be good.
Yep.
Yes,
sir.
Before we get started, introducing the guests, I just want to also take a moment and give a birthday shout out. It's August 18, 2021. Happy birthday to Optimistic Hall of Famer and my brother, Long Neck Josh. He's not here, folks, if you were waiting for him to say something. He's back at college.
Happy birthday, Josh. Love you, dog.
But he says hi, and he's excited for wrestling, especially for SummerSlam weekend. And I'm proud of him very much. Happy birthday, Josh. Love you, bro. Okay, time to introduce the guests. Please welcome back to the Losers Lounge podcast one of the best guests we had in 2021. He goes by the name Beast Mode.
What's good, everybody? It's good to be back here on the Losers Lounge podcast. My third episode. I've been on twice, and this is my third episode. It feels great to be back. It's an honor to be back on the Losers Lounge podcast. Episode 80. You guys are creeping ever closer to that elusive episode 100. I cannot wait for that episode. That is going to be phenomenal. We got a great weekend of action set up for wrestling. We're talking about SummerSlam, but we also got AEW and Impact coming up this weekend, which should be great shows all around. I'm excited for everything.
And just a heads up, folks, we are not discussing Impact or AEW on this podcast anyway, because we're talking the weekend shows.
Yes.
However, thanks for bringing that point up. Ladies and gentlemen, the Losers Lounge podcast has reinstated the AEW predictions and reviews for future episodes, which will include All Out and Full Gear of this year. And what's going on for this case is, because of AEW's over abuse of their copyright system, instead of using images of the wrestlers in the background for their matches, we are simply going to be using text font. So, as you notice by that, you'll see text font for the AEW stuff, unfortunately. But you know what? Here's the thing. That's honestly better than nothing, and we still get to talk AEW and their pay-per-views, especially since I am going to be attending All Out in Chicago. So that's going to be good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our other guest here. Another one of our personal favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 2021 Optimistic Hall of Fame inductee, K-Money.
Thank you very much for that introduction, Christian. It is I, K-Money, Black Negan, or Blackberry Cassie, whatever you want to call me. I am ever so grateful to be back once again on the Losers Lounge podcast to hang with the boys and talk some friggin' wrestling. And it is good to finally see the crowds back. And with that being said, it's so good to see how the atmosphere of the wrestling shows, how they just seem like things have never changed. Things have never went bad.
Yeah, well, here's to hoping that the fans being in attendance continues going forward, because as I mentioned at the start of this podcast, the Delta variant is going around. So if anybody is listening to this who's not vaccinated, I highly recommend you do get vaccinated so that we can be one step closer to having a lot of us much more safer, because a lot of the unvaccinated people are the ones who are suffering as a result of the Delta variant, including the young children. We don't want that.
Very true. Very true.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, kicking things off is NXT TakeOver 36, even though NXT TakeOver 36 is actually closing SummerSlam weekend. It's going to take place Sunday, August 22nd, 2021, the day after SummerSlam. This will be the first time that NXT TakeOver is the one who's following a Big Four event, whereas the first time ever SummerSlam is taking place on a Saturday. There's a lot of history in the making, but we're talking TakeOver first because SummerSlam has a much more wild card. That's not a reference to the freaking draft thing that happened in 2019 with the wrestlers, but yeah, they have a wild card in comparison to NXT TakeOver. No disrespect to them. I'm not saying NXT TakeOver is dying or whatnot or whatever bullshit they've been bringing up these days. I'm just saying that the hype up to SummerSlam is a lot bigger. But that doesn't mean that NXT TakeOver is not worth the hype, because it's always worth the hype. Almost every NXT TakeOver we've ever seen has been worth the hype. And I can't wait for this one to be another example of that, and future NXT TakeOvers to do the same thing. Ain't that right, boys?
Heck yeah, dude.
That's what I'm talking
Damn
about.
right, brother. Absolutely.
I know that's right.
That's what I like to hear. You know what we're actually going to do?
No. Not saying.
Here's what we're going to do. We are going to kick things off big time. We're starting things off with let's be honest, it's a 3 stages of hell match.
Yes, dude.
Between
Absolutely.
Adam
they
Cole
can say 2 out of 3 falls match
and
anyway
Kyle
they want,
O'Reilly.
Exactly.
It may be officially stated as a 2 out of 3 falls match, but if you look at each of the fall, there are different stipulations, which is exactly what a 3 stages of hell match is. It doesn't have to be literally labeled one to be one.
Exactly.
Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole, the feud has been going on since TakeOver Vengeance Day back in February of 2021. So that's how long that this feud's been going on. But we all know, this is a very interesting, because this is the TakeOver on SummerSlam weekend. And TakeOver SummerSlam weekend in 2017 is when the Undisputed Era officially became a thing, when Adam Cole showed up at TakeOver Brooklyn 3.
Yep. What a night that was.
Now, this time Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, they're 1-1 apiece. Kyle O'Reilly defeating Adam Cole in an unsanctioned match at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver, and Adam Cole getting the victory at the Great American Bash. And now, it's time. It's the rubber match, and it's a 3 stages of hell match. And this is not the first time that Adam Cole's been a 3 stages of hell match at a TakeOver of SummerSlam weekend. Who remembers 2019 when he took on Johnny Gargano for the NXT title, which was in my kingdom of Toronto? So I got to witness it in person.
Yeah, that's right.
That was a fun match.
And here's the thing: the first 2 stipulations, a traditional wrestling match and a street fight. Actually, this is pretty much the same match. It's a wrestling match, a street fight, and a cage match. Granted, 2019 was a barbed wire cage match, but it was a cage enclosure, which was followed.
I could see them do a barbed wire one, to be honest with you.
Yep.
How brutal the rivalry is.
And of course, I remember.
It has been a number of years since we last saw one.
I remember. Looking back at NXT TakeOver Toronto in 2019. I was with my brother Josh. We were attending the show, and when we got into the ring, I got to our seats. We noticed that there was what looked like an enclosure above the ring, and it was covered in tarps. They didn't want the fans to see what was up there.
Covered in tarps?
Yeah, they had the cage and tarps, so we did not see the fact that we kind of figured, it's a cage match, nice. But what we did not know was it was covered in barbed wire and weapons. That's why they had it enclosed, so that the people in attendance would not spoil it.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's a smart move.
It's a very smart move.
We just kind of figured it's a steel cage match, nice. But then when it came down, we were like, holy shit!
That's fucking sick. Yeah, that's a damn awesome move by them. Wow, yeah.
But this one, they literally said it's a steel cage match, so traditional steel cage match. It's going to be, of course, here's the thing, NXT TakeOver, I want to bring this up. People have complained, of course, I understand this one, that NXT TakeOver is still at the Capitol Wrestling Center despite the fact that everything else is on tour. I think the big reason for this is because, like we mentioned, there's a potential of NXT TakeOver NXT being rebranded. We don't know exactly if that's true or not. But even then, that doesn't exactly mean that they're never going to go back on tour. I think they're actually waiting to the right moment to do it.
Yep.
Which is perfectly understandable because here's the thing, I don't mind them being at the Capitol Wrestling Center, which is, of course, the Performance Center. Duh.
Pretty much.
It is. It's the same thing. It's just upgraded a little bit. But I'm just saying, I don't see... Here's the thing. I think, honestly, WWE SummerSlam is in Las Vegas. I think... Actually, I don't know this for sure. But I believe that the arenas are likely booked and whatnot. Hell, SummerSlam had to be moved to a Saturday instead of a Sunday.
Yep. So
clearly something's... Here's the thing. I don't know the full story of it, but I think it was at the request of Allegiant Stadium that they did that. But, we're going to get more onto SummerSlam a little later. We're going to head back to Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole. Even though this is a high-profile match and likely going to close the show. I think this is likely going to close the show.
Yep.
We're talking about it first because it's a non-title match, and our tradition on the podcast is to talk the non-title matches first. This one just happens to be one of the biggest matches. So, if anything, the biggest match of the night. But you know what? It's episode 80 of the Losers Lounge podcast, and what better way to kick it off than with some excitement? Can't get any bigger than that. So, as we know, Fall 1, traditional wrestling match. Fall 2, a street fight. Fall 3, a steel cage match, if necessary. But let's be honest, it's going to happen. Duh.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a 3 Stages of Hell match that did not go to the third fall. I've seen many 2 out of 3 falls matches that did not make it to the third fall. But this is different. 2 out of 3 falls matches are awesome. And Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole... They put on this. It's their third match, and they're basically wrestling 3 matches. So that's what makes this amazing. They had a traditional match at Great American Bash. They had a street fight style match at Stand and Deliver. So they're combining those 2 matches together and then adding in a steel cage match for the third one. I like how they're combining what they've already done with something that they're gonna do. Amazing how much NXT continues to shine.
Oh, but I thought
it was dead.
Yeah, for real.
Christian, I don't know if you know about this, but it's mid. It's dead. NXT's so dead.
I thought it was the Midgard of wrestling. Where did that happen? How did that happen, I wonder?
I don't know.
Come on, Chris.
Let's be perfectly honest. Who the fuck thought it was a good idea to say that NXT was dying?
Yeah,
I'll tell you exactly. The IWC. That's exactly who's been saying it.
Oh, man. As always, folks, there's always some sort of drama going on with the IWC. It's basically a reality show at this point.
That is so true. I think the only reason they're saying it, too, is because of the releases. That is literally the only... the only ground they can find some footing in. The releases. Well, dude, it's been 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks since the releases. You can't come up with something different.
Not just what's happening.
And there was one day where we tried to get on Spaces on Twitter. Nobody from the IWC was around for that whole day. And we were kind of freaked out because if the IWC wasn't active, then we thought something was going on. We didn't know what was happening, but we thought something was going on. But God, it was so peaceful.
Yeah,
I never thought it was peaceful.
On the internet with a bunch of good friends and not actually morons out there who actually think they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, enjoying the peace and quiet. That's what we always enjoy. But you know what? It's okay whenever these things happen because it's a reality show we can't get out of.
It's a reality show that you kind of want to change at the same time. You want to just sit there and watch the world burn. I think, the problem also, like you guys said, with the releases and all that, I think it also has to coincide with, the NXT, didn't have fans for these past few months until now.
I'll be honest.
And that also has to come as well.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think Jersey Shore is a lot less dramatic than the IWC.
Okay, that is saying something up there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
More freaking less talks than the Kardashians. Oh, wait, that's too far, actually.
The Kardashians. It's crazy how that came up into our conversation, but you know what? It's all right. Meanwhile, over here on the Losers Lounge, we don't look at these things as a truth or a false thing. What we do is we want to go with the flow. That's what we do with wrestling. We go with the flow and enjoy what's on TV. We don't exactly we don't base things off of what people say on the internet. We base things off of what we see each and every week on TV. And there are times where we like a show or where we don't like a show. And when we don't like the show, we turn off the channel because we're like, this week's not working out for me. Maybe we'll try again next week.
I don't want to tell those geeks on social media, Christian, you say like, oh, well, I'm not going to watch the mid-show.
And yet they still do. And their excuse is because people take their time out of their day to listen to me talk and destroy them on YouTube. I'm like, yeah, that's a nice excuse. Here's the thing. I'll be honest, this ain't a shot to my fans, obviously, but I'm like, yeah, here's the thing. I take time out of my day to make content for my fans because they take time out of their day to watch my content, but I do not put my own personal well-being over, here's the thing. I do not put my fans over my personal well-being because there was times where last couple of weeks I've been taking time off, especially because it's a summer vacation, and I was finally going on these vacations and at the same time dealing with another mental health crisis, which I'm okay now, but, you gotta be prepared because there's likeliness that it'll always come back for another fight. But even then, I take time off when I need it, come back when I feel ready, and I keep going. Last couple of years has been a little bit difficult for that because of the pandemic. But if things are indeed going back to normal, especially since I'm going back on tour soon, attending wrestling shows and my first ever baseball game. I've never been to a baseball game, yet I'm attending the Chicago Cubs versus Pirates game on September 4th, the day before AEW All Out. More details to come, and yes, there will be vlogs for my entire tour, so I guarantee everybody on the podcast right now is going to watch them, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
You're damn right, brother.
All right, back to Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole. As we all know, their history even goes beyond WWE, and isn't that right?
Yes, yeah. They go way back.
Dude, oh man, I could just sit here and just talk about the whole rivalry in general because I've known these guys for a very, very, very long time.
Well, you could talk. About their entire history, but then we would have to make a second podcast.
Very true. Yeah.
For real. All I gotta say is it spans back to Ring of Honor. Go watch yourselves. It's a really good rivalry.
I will attest to that, and I will say if you have not seen some of their matches or all of their matches they've had together in the indies, especially Ring of Honor, go check it out. Please do, because their matches in Ring of Honor, yes, I don't think you need to watch their matches in ROH to appreciate their rivalry now in NXT, but it gives a feeling of just closure when you watch the full rivalry from ROH, and then I think they even had a few matches in PWG, I could be wrong, and then NXT now. You watch all of their matches and you get this just consensus of closure after this match at TakeOver. If you go back and watch their whole rivalry from the start, you'd have to binge it probably throughout a whole couple weeks, but it is worth it. Trust me, it is, because these guys put on bangers together no matter what promotion they're in.
And we all know that they are going to do the same thing this Sunday at NXT TakeOver. And here's the very curious thing. I'm only going to bring this up one time. There's been rumors that Adam Cole may either be staying with WWE or potentially going somewhere else. And honestly, I'm okay with either because Adam Cole will shine no matter where he's at.
Exactly. And I think... Personally, I don't think he's leaving WWE. I think he is going to re-sign, but if he does go somewhere else, I'm fine with it. Because like you said, Cole Cole is a generational talent. He's so good in the ring. He's great on the mic as well. I think he'll shine wherever he goes, but I do think he's going to resign.
And if this turns out to be his last match in WWE, well, then what better one than his 3 Stages of Hell match with someone he's had a lot of history with?
Exactly. That's the perfect send-off.
It's a fucking storybook ending.
Yeah, exactly.
It's wonderful. I mean, that's why I'm like, I'll be perfectly happy with Adam Cole, whether he signs and goes either Raw or SmackDown, or goes to maybe AEW, Ring of Honor, Impact Wrestling, NJPW, or whatever other places there are, AAA, whatever the hell, wherever he goes, greatness will follow. That is for sure.
Absolutely.
And the guy's still wild and young, so he's got a lot of years on him.
Cole's literally in his 30s. Cole's gonna be fine wherever he goes.
Yep.
Because you get Adam Cole, you're getting a once in a generation talent right there. He is up there with one of the best of today's wrestlers.
Absolutely. So this match with Kyle O'Reilly that he's got, when it came to Stand and Deliver, I'll be honest, I did not really like their unsanctioned match that much because here's the thing. I know it was 40 minutes. Actually, it was like almost 45 minutes. But it dragged on way too long. And there was a lot of things that was like, it's like each weapon took a turn having like 5 minutes of screen time and hardly doing much at all. Not to mention Kyle O'Reilly kind of no-sold a lot of things that were going on in the hype-up leading into that unsanctioned fight. So that's why I'm like, their Great American Bash match, on the other hand, their singles match was a lot better because, for one thing, it wasn't 40 minutes. It was like 20 minutes. And everybody was fresh and ready to go. And it was just nonstop back and forth action. So that's why I like the Great American Bash match better. In this case, we're combining both of them together, adding in a steel cage match. I predict, this match might go 40, 45 minutes, because that's what happened the last time Adam Cole had a 3 Stages of Hell match.
It also is the end of the rivalry, so.
End it with a banger, as we always say. So heel Balor. Actually, I'll start with my prediction. My prediction is Fall 1 will go to Kyle O'Reilly. Fall 2 will go to Adam Cole. And Fall 3 will go to Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly will win 2-1. All right, heel Balor, I'll start with you. Your thoughts and your predictions on who's going to win each of the falls.
Kyle's going to win. I'm going to go in the same order you did, Chris. I think it's the right choice to have Kyle win and go over in this match. Kyle, in my opinion, is going to move on. Probably the NXT Championship after this. Who knows? I think he's ready. Cole is going to move on maybe to the main roster, wherever the heck he goes. But the rivalry itself, like I said, I've known these guys for a very long time. I want to thank NXT for treating this rivalry with respect that it deserved. It's been violent. It's been brutal. It's been very mature, which I love about this rivalry in general. They've hated each other. The whole build-up just started, man. But the whole Undisputed Era thing, it broke down on Valentine's Day, which I'm still shocked Adam Cole, broke up the Undisputed Era on Valentine's Day. And I'm never forgetting that night, man. Just him super kick. I was like, yes, they're putting Balor on the Undisputed Era. Pow! Super kick to the Prince. Then Cole, turned heel and all that. We didn't get answers until I think 5 weeks later and all that. And I'm telling you, the rivalry's been fantastic. And Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish were there too, but they're somewhere else. That's mean. But besides the fact, I've really been enjoying the rivalry, and I think this match will deliver. They always deliver, in my opinion. These guys, they don't miss. And Kyle's going to go over. It's the right choice. Like Christian said, and like these guys said here, Cole, wherever he goes, is going to be great. And to be honest, Cole can go and do whatever he wants. I'll always like him. I'll always respect him. Kyle, in my opinion, needs to move on. Kyle has been positioned, in my opinion, to be the next face of NXT. Well, we'll talk about the next face of NXT in a little bit. But for that being said, I do have Kyle O'Reilly going over. Cool Kyle all the way.
All right. Beast, I'll go with you next. Your thoughts and your predictions on this 3 Stages of Hell match.
1, I absolutely agree. It is a 3 Stages of Hell match. They can push it as a 2 out of 3 falls match all they want, but it is a 3 Stages of Hell match. I don't care. That's what it is. Also, I think you and heel Balor absolutely hit the nail on the head. I think it is going to go, O'Reilly, Cole, O'Reilly. It's going to be that cliche 3 Stages of Hell way. It's just going to go every other. However, the end fall, I do think Kyle O'Reilly is going to get the dub, but I think it's going to really test Kyle O'Reilly. I think Adam Cole is just going to brutalize him. I think Kyle O'Reilly's going to get offense in, but it's really going to be an Adam Cole centered fall. Adam Cole is going to look like he's going to get the win. I think he's going to go for the last shot. Kyle O'Reilly ducks, hits the axe and smash, locks in the heel hook, and then Cole taps. Or the axe and smash, he hits like the axe and smash maybe a handful of times and he knocks Cole out.
That's also possible. Anyway.
Something along the lines of that. But absolutely Kyle O'Reilly is going to win. Hands down.
All right, K Money, your turn.
For some reason, I feel like Cole is going to go Cole, then O'Reilly, then Cole. Just for the shock value, just for the shock value, have Cole, I wouldn't say pretty much shock value. Have Cole win this last match, then go to the main roster if he resigns, because we still don't know what exactly he's gonna do yet. But if this is not his last match, then I have a feeling it will go Cole, then O'Reilly, then Cole, and have him go up to the main roster with some momentum going after that match. But if it's not his last match, then I'll have to go with O'Reilly.
All right. Your winner is based on fate, potentially.
Yeah.
All right. Not bad, actually. That's actually a really good thing. I didn't think about that one. This is why I honestly think Sean is one of our best guests. The dude's got what it takes. Look forward to seeing your Hall of Fame speech at the awards show in December.
Thanks for that, man.
All right. That covers it. And, folks, we're going to move on to the title matches. This one is interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the $1 Million Championship match, which is something I don't think we've ever talked about the $1 Million title on the podcast, because we did not discuss In Your House. At least I don't think we did.
No, we did.
We did predict. We did the prediction.
Yeah, we did predictions,
but didn't do the review.
Yeah, that is right.
Good shit coming up.
Yeah, we had shit going over. But at the same time, I'm like, well, this was interesting, because we tend to never talk about the $1 Million title because we never thought we would ever see it again. But the whole thing going on with LA Knight and Cameron Grimes, I believe a lot of us thought that Cameron Grimes was going to win that $1 Million title back at In Your House.
Right.
But LA Knight got it, and then at the Great American Bash, LA Knight beat Grimes again in a match where Cameron Grimes had to become LA Knight's butler. But what I actually liked was Cameron Grimes enjoyed being the butler.
Yep.
Normally, here's the thing. Whenever we get like a wrestler who's forced to work for somebody else, we get like, the Wade Barrett, John Cena thing from 2010, where John Cena was always depressed. Doing things, but he was always depressed. Meanwhile, Cameron Grimes, he's the personal butler for LA Knight, and he's just having the time of his life. Because he knows that it would annoy LA Knight. But then Ted DiBiase recently returned and encouraged Cameron to go after the $1 Million title. But this is interesting because it's LA Knight versus Cameron Grimes for the $1 Million title, but if Cameron loses for the third time, then now Ted DiBiase has to work for LA Knight. That is where things change.
Yep.
Cameron was against it, but Ted DiBiase agreed.
He did.
Yep. I must say, the rivalry with LA Knight, Cameron Grimes on NXT. Here's the thing. This is not for the North American title, obviously, because, right now the North American title situation is with Isaiah Swerve Scott and his crew. But
Swerve!
Yeah, but I'm like, it makes sense because, Cameron Grimes, he's all about the money, right? I can see it going to the moon. That's a great theme song.
Heck yeah.
And I'll be honest, I always love it whenever he makes his entrance because you just hear that song, and I guarantee, if NXT TakeOver was back in arenas with crowds, the entire audience would be singing To the Moon, right?
Oh, for real.
I can hear that in my head right now.
Yep.
Grimes is so underrated.
And LA Knight, of course, rich, fucking crazy rich. And then there's Ted DiBiase involved in the mix. Then the $1 million title. This whole thing about money has been perfect.
Oh, for real?
They're really doing it properly, and that's why I'm excited to see what's going on in this case. This isn't a ladder match, though, like it was at In Your House. This is just a regular match, and this time, I honestly think Cameron Grimes is going to win the $1 million title, because I don't see Ted DiBiase being LA Knight's personal butler. Then again, I did not exactly see Cameron Grimes doing the same thing, and look what happened. But hey, anything is possible with NXT. That's the best part about it. I vote Cameron Grimes is going to win. Kishan, K-Money, we'll start with you this time.
I feel this match is gonna be good, just like the last two matches. But I have this strange feeling, deep in my gut, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because of Ted DiBiase's past and how he was one of the biggest heels back in the day. I feel like he's gonna turn on Cameron Grimes. I don't know why, but I feel it. I feel it like deep in my soul that he is gonna turn on Cameron Grimes.
That is also possible. In which case, LA Knight would win the match and Ted DiBiase would still become LA Knight's butler, but I guess he'd be willingly doing it.
Yeah.
Well, that explains why Ted agreed to the terms.
Yeah, I can feel it that he's gonna turn on Cameron Grimes.
That is possible. So here's the thing: we're gonna hold you up on that one. That's a really good thing. You know, I really think that anything is possible. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if Ted DiBiase brought in Ted DiBiase Jr. or something.
Please, yes. That guy was so great.
We all know he's absolutely done with wrestling, and that's perfectly okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Beast, your turn.
I think that I think that Cameron's going to win. I do. I'm just going to say that outright. However, that being said, I'm on a toss-up. Cameron is really edging out the win for me in my mind, but I can also see LA Knight winning. This one is really a toss-up because I've been thinking that Ted may turn on Cameron, like what K-Money said. But I can also see that, LA Knight just gets the win, and Ted DiBiase becomes LA Knight's butler, and he dresses him up kind of akin to what Virgil used to wear. So have, kind of back reference what Virgil used to wear for Ted DiBiase. But I can also see Cameron Grimes, because, he's this underdog babyface, having Cameron Grimes get the win, scratching and clawing for the $1 million championship, and finally getting the win. Pyro goes off, and Ted DiBiase's like firing a gun into the air or something, and they're just celebrating. Money's falling from the ceiling. Something like that. So this big celebration, the crowd goes wild, because let's face it, Cameron Grimes is so over. That man is one of the biggest stars in NXT right now.
I wouldn't really.
I'm not even gonna lie.
My apologies for interrupting, but I don't see Ted DiBiase firing a gun inside a small performance center.
The cop was
sure. I'm sure it would be firing blanks, but you get what I mean.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a little over the top. It was but yeah, you get my drift. But Cameron is so over. He's one of the most over guys in NXT.
Yep.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I was not a big fan of Cameron from the start. He just didn't click with me. He really didn't. I was like, he's good in the ring, but I'm not a big fan of him. Over time, he's really grown into his own, and he's really grown on me. And I appreciate this man so much more. He has really grown into a star, and I can absolutely see him winning. I can also see LA Knight winning, but do I see Cameron Grimes winning more and getting that underdog babyface triumphant win at TakeOver this Sunday? Absolutely 100%. So I'm going with Cameron Grimes.
Another thing that's very interesting is, we mentioned NXT Vengeance Day being the time when Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole began their feud. That was also one of the first times we ever saw that music video with Cameron Grimes and his new theme song.
Yeah, very true.
So it's like as if almost everything is starting off from there. LA Knight showed up a few weeks later. Actually, wasn't he at... I don't know, was LA Knight's first appearance at TakeOver Vengeance Day, like on the pre-show?
Yeah, I think it was.
A lot. Vengeance Day began a lot of things that are going on in NXT.
Yep.
That's why here's the thing. We should always take a look at each NXT TakeOver and pay close attention because something could be building up that would last several months.
No problem.
All right. Heel Balor, your turn on the $1 million title match.
Robert been great. I really have been enjoying it. Cameron Grimes is hilarious at what he does. LA Knight is the perfect heel to go against. He's just so greedy, and he's such a douchebag in general. And Ted DiBiase being out there doing his shtick, it's great as well. And I think it's going to be a great match. I thought Cameron was going to win the first match, which obviously he didn't. But this match, I do think he will go over. There is that thing in the back of my mind, like these guys said, that Ted DiBiase could turn heel. It's a possibility, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. I'll probably chuckle if that happens. I'll be like, well, I mean, you shouldn't have trusted the guy. But I do see Cameron Grimes going over, getting that big moment. I think I said at the last pay-per-view with NXT that they were saving his win for a bigger moment. I think this is right here is the bigger moment. He's finally gonna get revenge, all that, win the $1 million championship, and there's that. So yeah, Cameron Grimes to the moon.
Woo!
Yeah.
That was really good. All right, it's time now to move on to the next match, the NXT Women's Championship, as Raquel Gonzalez defends against her former best friend, now bitter rival, Dakota Kai. Here's the thing.
Sweet.
This whole thing going on with Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. It all goes back to NXT TakeOver Portland, the last time that NXT TakeOver was actually with a full crowd elsewhere outside the CWC.
That's strange. We'll get back on it now.
Raquel Gonzalez helped Dakota Kai defeat Tegan Nox. That was when she first appeared, and we were actually like, who's that?
Yep.
But then I actually thought to myself, well, for now we're saying who is that? But I know for a fact, one day we're going to say, this person is good.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. History continued because Raquel Gonzalez started wrestling more than just being a bodyguard for Dakota Kai. And it was exciting. Then the women's War Games match at TakeOver War Games in 2020. Raquel's the one who got the victory by pinning then NXT Women's Champ Io Shirai. And then, of course, we remember, look back to 2019, where Rhea Ripley won the War Games match by pinning Women's Champ Shayna Baszler. She ended up facing Shayna Baszler and winning the women's title. The same thing happened with Raquel Gonzalez at TakeOver Stand and Deliver when she beat Io Shirai to become the women's champion. And that just goes to show that I remember even saying that after that happened, I was like Raquel Gonzalez, she needs to challenge Io Shirai and beat her for the title because honestly, she's the right fit for it. And at TakeOver Stand and Deliver, she won the match, became the women's champion in the main event of night one.
By the way.
And as much as a lot of people want to disagree with it, she has been a great NXT Women's Champion. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see.
I'll talk about that.
And I cannot wait to see Gonzalez versus Kai at TakeOver 36. Which, that reminds me. This show is seriously called TakeOver 36?
Yes.
Can I come up with something fun?
I mean, it is a 36 TakeOver.
It is a 36 TakeOver,
like,
yeah, but such a random number.
Like they could have called
35.
TakeOver Anarchy or something.
What are you saying? It's summer related, so summer. NXT TakeOver Bash at the Beach.
We already had Halloween Havoc, so we might as well.
Well, that technically wasn't a takeover, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, that was a fun show.
But either way, they were in the middle of Orlando. They were nowhere near a beach.
Yep.
So that would not have worked.
On a beach.
NXT TakeOver Heat Wave or something. I don't know.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Dude, Heat Wave would be sweet.
That sounds cool.
Because, let's be honest, Florida in the summer, or Florida at any time. Heat wave.
Dude, bringing back the Heat Wave pay-per-view from ECW, please. Yes.
My gosh.
I miss CCW.
Yep.
That should take over in the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Oh my God, please. Give it to me now.
I know for a fact Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai are going to put on a hell of a match. And while a lot of people are saying this is going to be the moment, I actually don't think so. I think Raquel Gonzalez is going to retain the women's title this time, but Dakota Kai will win it the next time. Because let's be honest, if Dakota wins it now, it honestly would be a little bit too predictable.
Very.
Like, here's the thing, this feud has just begun. Let it play out for a while. I mean, Dakota Kai's been chasing that women's title for so long. What's a few extra months gonna do?
Very true.
If anything, let's look back at like other people. There's so many people who've been chasing any championship for a long period of time, and when they're in a feud with something, they don't. I wouldn't think that giving Dakota Kai the title immediately would be the right move, because she turned on Raquel Gonzalez, and mostly because here's the thing: Dakota Kai brought Raquel in so that she would help her become champion. The only result of this was Raquel gets the gold. But the thing, of course, is Raquel Gonzalez just ended up being... Raquel Gonzalez was personally selected by Io Shirai. Remember that?
Yep.
That's what happened.
I try not to remember that.
And as a result of this, Dakota Kai, I think she's been jealous for a long time ever since that.
Yep.
So that's why I'm saying, like, build this up a little bit more so that Dakota Kai is still a little bit blinded by the jealousy that Raquel got the gold and she didn't. And as a result, Raquel Gonzalez retains the title at TakeOver 36. But maybe at the Halloween Havoc, if they're doing another one of that, that's where Dakota Kai gets it. Followed by their one last match at TakeOver War Games.
There you go.
At which point, we'll have to wait and see what happens then. But I think for now, Raquel Gonzalez retaining the title is the right move. Because don't give it to Dakota immediately. Build it up. Build up the feud. That's the right move. And of course, this I can only do predictions. I can't exactly tell them what to do. So, Heel Balor, let's start with you. Go for it.
Okay. I'm looking forward to this match.
Raquel, in my opinion, this is for me. I don't think she's been the best champ in history. I mean, she's been decent.
I think the problem with her reign is just that she's flip-flopped between being face and heel. And of course, the IWC does not like her. The CWC doesn't like her. Wrestling fans in general don't like her because they think that she's boring. They think that she's bland. Oh, it's a big woman, blah, blah, blah. Because of political background and all that crap, all that garbage the IWC likes to build up and, dig out the crap and the trash and all that garbage. And I think, she hasn't really been given that much of a chance. She hasn't really been given that many things because she has been mingling with the tag team titles. It's another thing. She was mingling with the tag team championships, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, are non-existent. So, yeah, that's something. Showcase your NXT tag titles, please, NXT. And I think, I think everyone loves Dakota. I like Dakota. I like Raquel. I like both these girls. I think both these girls can improve. At the match that kind of woke me up, Raquel Gonzalez, was her match with Rhea Ripley. And of course the match last year at War Games. That was the other one that woke me up. Well, that's the first one, but still. I think that the match will be good. I think that I've been fighting a little bit about who I think could win this match and who should win this match. I'm going to go with Raquel. As much as I want the title off her, just because of the reason I just listed right there, I think, like Christian said, it's not time just yet. Plus, Dakota's been given dark matches on like Raw and SmackDown. That's usually an indication that someone's being called up. I could see Dakota being called up pretty soon, because God knows that the main roster needs women, like now. But I do think that Dakota's going to put up a heck of a fight. But in the end, Raquel's going to overcome, and I can't wait to watch Twitter meltdown, because that'd be funny. So Raquel Gonzalez is going to retain. They'll build somebody else up for her. Raquel's going to retain the title.
Not bad. All right, Beast, your turn.
Now, you make a very good point, Christian, by saying that, yeah, the feud just started, so having Dakota win would, in a way, almost be redundant, I guess, if I'm using that word correctly. It wouldn't be, yeah, like, the feud just started, so let it play out. I can see Raquel winning. However, I'm going to go with Dakota because I can see that even more. I feel like she's been scratching and clawing to really get this championship. I do agree with you, Christian, that what's a few extra months, so having Raquel win would be, I think, the smarter decision. But this is how I can see things going. And I know this is going to be wild, so stick with me. And I don't think they should go through with this, but I think they might. Have Dakota win, then have her and Raquel go one-on-one again at the next TakeOver for the title. This time, have Raquel win. I know hot potatoing the title. I don't like it either. But I think that's the way they're going to go. And then for their blow-off match, could they do a 2 out of 3 falls or like a quote-unquote championship scramble time attack match for the title? They could.
That's fun.
That would be really fun. That's the way I can almost see it going. That's why I'm going to go with Dakota. So I think Dakota's going to maybe edge out the win, but I think going with Raquel would be the smarter decision long term. At this point, anyways.
Yep, I like that. That's not bad. This is the cool thing about talking about NXT is we each have different types of predictions, like different pathways.
Exactly.
That's what I love
Dude,
about this.
NXT's so unpredictable. Dude, it goes so many ways.
I went one way.
Yeah.
Willie went another way. Base went another way. Okay, Monty, let's see which way you're going.
I'm gonna have to go with. Fuck it, I might have to go with Raquel, and then have her lose it to Dakota the next pay-per-view. I mean, the next takeover. What the fuck am I talking about? The next takeover, but not in a regular match. Maybe they could make this a steel cage, like just to spice it up, you know. Like I would have Dakota win it at the next takeover in a steel cage.
Okay, not bad.
I'm not against that. All right.
All right. Seems like we all went different ways. Which way is going to go? Just imagine if none of what we said is actually going to happen.
Imagine if it ends on a fucking DQ.
I would laugh, to be honest with you.
Oh, God, that'd be weird. All right. That's why I'm liking this. Each one of us has a different prediction for the NXT Women's Title Match. It's time to see
Like
which...
the human equivalent of a pendulum. You
Time
don't
to
know
see.
where we're gonna swing.
Exactly.
Oh, bro.
That's what I love about this. That's why in some ways I can't wait. Now I'm excited to see the Women's Title Match even more because I want to see which one of our paths is going to be the right one or if all of us are leading to dead ends.
Dude, for real.
But only one of us can have the right path.
You know it.
Best of luck to everybody who put in their paths.
Same to you, brother.
All right.
Yeah.
Na, 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 na.
Oh, shit.
That was the only way I could really go into that introduction.
When you hear that theme song, you know shit's about to go down. It's like Brock Lesnar's. Like, when you hear that guitar screech, you know shit's about to get real.
Ladies and gentlemen, the NXT United Kingdom Championship will be on the line, and that shocked the hell out of me. I did not see that coming.
I know that's right now. I'm gonna stop.
Or just like what B said with that music, it's also like Roman Reigns music. Like when you hear that, you just know someone's about to get fucked up.
Oh, for real.
Yep. NXT UK champion Walter is defending against Ilya Dragunov in a rematch from last year, which everybody quoted as one of the top matches of NXT UK.
It's violent.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Very violent.
I can understand this very much because Walter and Ilya Dragunov, two of the top wrestlers in NXT UK, and a lot of people were shocked that Ilya did not win the title last year. And yet, here we are now with the rematch. Walter has been, by that point, by this upcoming Sunday, will have been UK champ 870 days.
Yes!
870 days, the longest title reign since Hulk Hogan's first ever WWF title reign in 1984. Think about that for a second.
Jesus.
His first title reign. Damn. Longest reign since that. There hasn't been a long title reign since then. And yes, granted, Walter's not exactly defended it a lot. And the pandemic had a hand in this as well. But whenever he did show up and wrestle in the ring, he's dominated.
Yes.
Or at the case of Survivor Series 2019, when he got dominated.
Yep.
But it's Drew McIntyre, okay? I'm just saying, it's Drew McIntyre. And that Claymore is destructive.
It is.
Anyway, moving forward. Walter and Ilya Dragunov put on what a lot of people said was match at 2020. If that's the case, then we're in for a hell of a rematch at NXT TakeOver. We already talked about how insane the Kyle O'Reilly Adam Cole match is going to be. The LA Knight Cameron Grimes could go either way, and we all chose different paths for the women's title match. Now we're talking Walter and Ilya Dragunov, and we still have one more to go.
That's true.
Holy shit, guys! We are fucking in for an epic weekend. This is a good time to be a wrestling fan.
Amen.
A motherfucking man!
Exactly.
Ha Alright, let's dig down deep into this. I honestly believe this is the night. This is the night where Walter finally loses the title. And I remember we were talking about Walter winning the UK title back in what? April 2019.
Yes, sir. I remember that. Go back and watch it, guys.
AEW technically did not exist at the time yet. What do you think of that?
That's crazy.
Walter's been champion longer than AEW's entire existence.
Yep. Suck on that.
If we all look back at Walter's title reign, Avengers Endgame didn't happen and Tony Stark was still alive.
Good times. That was 2019. That was my year.
Hey, it was my year too.
Yep.
Hell, it was the year I started really going on tour.
Yep.
And I'm going back on tour, and I can't wait for that.
Heck yeah, bro.
Walter and Ilya Dragunov is without a doubt going to put on great matches. I remember watching previous NXT UK takeovers, watching Ilya Dragunov compete, and I was very impressed with this guy.
Heck yeah.
I'm like, at the same time, like, he's the type of guy who, he may be smaller than Walter, but at the same time, he's the type of guy who the size, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
But here's the thing. I'm also going to say, I don't think that just because Walter's likely going to lose the title, I do not think he's going to be called up, because we all know Walter's never getting called up. Walter's never getting called up because he doesn't want to move into the States.
I don't blame him.
If he gets called up, then he has to move to the States.
Yep.
It's
boring over here.
I'm sorry, Drew. Looks like you're not going to have your dream match against Walter.
Yep.
Unless you go to the UK.
Here's the thing. If Walter loses the title at this takeover, once again, it'll be like the only place that the UK champion was ever crowned in the actual UK was the inaugural champ, Tyler Breeze. What the fuck?
What the fuck? What?
Tyler Bate.
Dude.
Tyler Breeze. People are gonna. I'm not gonna hear the end of that one.
You're not.
Tyler Bate is the guy who teamed with
Nice.
Fandango, right? Is that right? Tyler Bate was the guy with Fandango, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He freaking danced. And all he was blonde. Actually, wait. Tyler Bate is blonde. What am I talking about?
Yeah. Tyler
What
Bate.
the heck?
Sorry, here's the thing. I have a fan going on in my room right now. and I just got a Breeze of the win. So I just thought for a second the Breeze of the win. I'm like, Tyler Breeze. Oh, it's Tyler
Actually,
Breeze.
it's funny you say that, Chris, because I'm literally in my room right now, and there's a freaking fan, so I feel a legit breeze right now. So I feel you.
And I'm in my living room right now, laying on my air mattress with the air conditioner.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So, like I mentioned, the inaugural champion was crowned Tyler Bate in the UK. Pete Dunne won it in Chicago. Walter won it in Brooklyn. That would mean Dragunov would win it in Orlando. The UK title has yet to change hands from one champion to another in the actual UK. In the
That's wild, dude.
The titles existed for 4.5 years. There's only been 3 champions.
4.5 years, good lord.
Tyler Bate, 125 days. Pete Dunne, 685 days. And Walter, at that point of the Sunday, 870.
Jesus Christ.
Suck it, Pete.
Yeah.
It's like Walter won the title. It's like Walter's the current champ. The previous champ was Pete Dunne, who won it May 20th, 2017.
What the very good man. That's crazy.
May 20th, 2017 was when Pete Dunne won the title. April 5th, 2019 is when Walter won the title. We're on currently August 18th, 2021. Although by the time of this point of video release, it'll be August 20th, 2021.
Good gosh.
But still, he won the title April 2019. Hell, Willie and I were not even 25 yet.
Nope.
We were not 24.
We're
Hell,
23.
actually, wait, no, we weren't. No. 2019 was when we turned 23.
We were 22, for God's sake.
We were 22 when Walter won the title. We are 25 now.
God dang.
Willie's birthday's April 7th. My birthday's April 8th. And Walter won the title April 5th. So we were 22 years old when Walter won the title. We're 25 years old now, and our birthdays were almost half a year ago.
That's really insane. Like, if you really look back at that belt, like, holy crap.
And Walter, he's like, every match he's ever put on, when that title was on the line, or even when the title was not on the line, they were great.
It's just the match with Finn Balor, because that never happened. But
Anyways, moving on.
Hey, who said that won't
was
happen?
scared for Finn, okay?
yeah, I know.
It could still happen. They could have a match somehow. I mean,
No.
sure, Finn's on SmackDown, but you get what I mean.
No, we don't need that match.
I want him
Yeah,
to chop his
yeah.
abs.
Yeah.
Chop his abs. Little abs.
So, I predict Ilya Dragunov is going to become the new NXT UK champion. I think this is the moment. All right. Okay, Sean, what about you?
Well, I talked to Will and the rest of the Skype crew during NXT a couple weeks ago, and no lie, we were just arguing about this for like 20 goddamn minutes.
He's not joking.
I feel like Walter is gonna retain, because at this point he might as well just go for 1,000 days and then drop it to Ridge Holland, because at this point Walter's pretty much an unstoppable beast at this point with that title. So at this point, he might as well just hold it until he reaches 1,000 days and then drop it then. And I swear, we were just arguing about this for 20 goddamn minutes. Just 20 goddamn minutes of us just screaming at each other. You can ask Beast. We were just going off on each other. But
We were.
Yeah, I got Walter beating Ilya Dragunov again.
That is possible. There's a lot of times we thought Walter was going to lose the title in previous title matches. That never happened.
Exactly.
We thought that Rampage Brown was going to beat him.
The day after he beat Tommaso Ciampa.
Ciampa. Well, I knew Ciampa wasn't going to beat him anyways. But oh my god, that was a fun match, by the way.
Yeah, on NXT TakeOver Stand Deliver Night 1, Walter beat Tommaso Ciampa. And here's the thing. Mama Maracle, she watched that match, and she was like, Walter is one of the best there is. They got to do more with this guy. And I'm like, well, they
Mama
would,
Miracle.
but sadly, he doesn't want to go to the United States. And then she was like, oh, even better.
I think Walter and Suzuki.
Then the
Like
following
now.
day, on Willie's birthday, Walter defended and retained the title. And on my birthday, he defended and retained the title. I like the match at
Yeah.
Ciampa. I like the match at Ciampa more than the one with Rampage Brown, though.
Oh, for real.
I'm not saying it was a bad match. I'm just saying the one with Ciampa was better.
Heck yeah.
But we thought that Rampage Brown was going to win it. That didn't happen.
Yep.
I was like, Walter was already champ for 2 years. He's still hanging on to it? So here we go. Imagine if he retains it again.
It's just strange that there's never been a second holder of that title yet. That's crazy.
Yeah. There's only been three champions.
Three champions.
Tyler
That's
may be
crazy.
done to Walter. Imagine if Walter retains it again. And what if the place he actually loses it is WrestleMania?
Please, God, no.
Please, God, yes.
I'll be honest.
It depends on what WrestleMania you're talking about. If you're talking about 2023 or 2024, hell no.
How about 2022, the one in Dallas, Texas?
Walter in Dallas. Depends on who you go against, but I wouldn't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wouldn't mind that.
All right, Beast, your turn. Your thoughts on the UK title match?
Well, there is one song to encapsulate this match and this feud.
You're right.
Everybody hurts
Oh.
sometimes. This match is going to be stiff as shit.
Oh wait, that was the song you were pick. I had something entirely different, but never mind. I'm just gonna put.
What was the song you had?
What was the song?
Sorry, it's all right. I'm just gonna put away Justin Bieber.
Oh. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I like what you did better. But
So-
move ahead.
The first Walter and Dragunov match, I'm not even going to lie, I did not see it. I didn't. I haven't watched it, and I'm not going to watch it because I want this match at TakeOver to be my first experience seeing Walter and Dragunov face each other.
What are you gonna be?
This
there
match is going to be hard-hitting.
Performance
It
Center
is going
in
to be
person?
stiff. What's up?
Are you gonna be at the Performance Center in person?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, you poor soul.
No, I am not. But no, I'm going to watch this TakeOver, and I want this time to be the first time I'm going to ever see them face off. I'm not going to go back and watch their previous match. I'm going to watch this one. Now, this match, I'm not even going to lie, I don't have a prediction. I don't. It is a huge toss-up for me. I think it could go either way. I think Walter could win and go to day 1,000. I think Dragunov could win and take it off Walter. It is. I'm just going to sit back and watch the match and watch it unfold because it could go either way for me. So I don't have a concrete prediction. I'm sorry, but this match is going to be insanity, and I think it might just steal the weekend.
Or it won't.
Or it won't.
True.
It's all good though. And finally, heel Balor.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ilya Dragunov and the Chef Walter. As I call him, Waiter.
The chef. I'm just imagining him with an apron and chef's hat on now. Thanks a lot for
Walter
that.
making like his entrance to like out of the kitchen as music plays and he does the stand, the pose with your dinner in hand. Oh, my
Serving up pork chops.
With the goddamn chef's hat.
God.
Goddamn chef's hat and shit.
You just said pork chops. Wow. That makes sense because he chops a lot. So, oh my God. Anyways, like I said, this is going to be
that's actually
violent
perfect.
match.
I was like, sorry to interrupt, but that's actually perfect. It's like, all right, what's Walter's favorite meat? What? Pork chops.
What's Karrion Kross's favorite app?
What?
TikTok.
All right.
By the way,
Oh my God.
Follow me and Will on TikTok at Hill Beller at KMoney20 if you want to.
And also, here's the joke. What's Karrion Kross's least favorite celebration?
What?
Hardy party.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Okay, so I'll give you that props now.
Oh my God. Anyways, besides that, I think it's gonna be a very violent match. Their first encounter was just incredible in my opinion. Heck, like you could tell these guys in here. Besides Beast, he wasn't there. Shout out to my boy Leo the Phenom. Shout out to my boy TJ. And of course, Kashawn was there too. These guys were there when we saw this match, the first encounter, and oh my God, it was violent.
It was so violent that it legit scared Will for Finn Balor.
He's not joking either. And Kashawn told me, he's like, "Son, you missed that Finn match now?" And I'm like, "Shut up." I legit told him shut up right there. Now I'm like, "Shut up right now." He kept asking me, "So you want to see that Finn match now? Huh?" And I'm like, "No." That's what I told him, like, no. Because beforehand I was like, they were teasing Balor and Walter, all that, and I was like, yes, give it to me now. And then I saw that match, I was like, no thanks, I'm good. This match, the rematch, is going to be even brutaler, in my opinion. Brutaler than ever. I don't know. Anyways, brutaler.
Hashtag brutaler.
Yeah, get that trend out there, ladies and gentlemen. Brutaler. Anyways, I think the match will be fun. It's going to be violent. It's going to be very, very hard-hitting. Of course, the match this past week with Ilya and Roderick Strong, which was bloody. Holy crap.
Just
Beast. Me and Beast were in call, right? Shout out to my boy TJ and Leo the Phenom. They were there too. And actually, no, Leo wasn't that bad. TJ was there too. And oh my God, our reactions were just like, holy crap. Violent and bloody. Beast was like, yo, he's probably busted his nose. I'm like, dude, that's coming from a skull. Like, he was leaking and all that. But, oh my, 8 stitches too. Holy crap.
8 stitches? Bro.
Yeah, 8 stitches to close that.
Jesus Christ.
And that's 3 hours ago, through WWE NXT on Twitter. About 8 stitches to close the freaking thing. I'm like, God dang. But Ilya fought through it, man. And I think this is where Ilya is taking the title. I do think there is a chance Walter could retain, but after that, there's literally nobody else left. Besides Finn Balor, but he's on the main roster. So unless you do cross brand again or whatever, unless Walter's again. What was up?
Are you forgetting about a certain former rugby player with a snazzy cap and a baton?
That is true. You could do him too. But it's been way too long for Mr. Walter. And I think tonight, or on that night, it'll be the time and place for Ilya. I don't know. Oh, I'm all over the place. It's a big week. And I think that is where Ilya takes the title. Like I said, I won't be shocked if Walter retains. But like I said, there's literally nobody else after that. You could do Drew McIntyre, but it's fly Drew McIntyre to the UK. But still.
Or after, if he makes it 1,000 days, and if he doesn't drop the Ridge Holland, maybe they break up Imperium and Marcel Bartel's the one to take it.
Oh, please, yes. Please, yes.
Ever thought about that?
Or Fabian Eichner. That dude's great.
Anything is possible.
What's that?
Anything is possible. That's the exciting part about wrestling.
Anything is possible. But yeah, in my opinion, I think Ilya takes the title. It's time. Right place, right scenario. Even though the CWC does not deserve to have that moment because the CWC crowds suck. And I said it. I think it's the right time. Ilya takes the title, and that's it. Walter goes and, I don't know, chops wood. I don't know.
And there's actually a funny ass joke that we like to make that me, Will, and the rest of the Sky Crew like to make when we see Fabian Eichner, because he looks like the you play WWE 2K, right?
No.
Like any of the games, right?
No, I do not.
Well, there's this segment where you can see your moveset and all that shit and set your moveset. And there are 2 wrestlers. One is wearing red attire and one is wearing black. And I swear Fabian Eichner looks just like the dude that wears the black attire. with the bald head and everything. It's so funny.
All right.
Oh my God, we make that joke every time we see him.
Okay, folks, we are going to move on. Willie, you've put your prediction?
Yes, sir. Ilya Dragunov is winning.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to go on to the last match of NXT TakeOver 36, talking on the podcast, and that is the NXT Championship match between the champion Karrion Kross and the returning Samoa Joe, the guy who we talked about a couple months ago who no longer worked for the company.
Yeah, that guy. The guy from Samoa named Joe. Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
I legit wrote that on Twitter, like, the week he came back, and that shit was blowing up. Like, oh my god. I came up with it on the fly, too. I was like, how do I say Samoa Joe without kind of spoiling anything? Because, I wanted to be, like, be funny and all that. So I was like, dude from Samoa named Joe. Makes sense.
Yep. The feud between Karrion Kross and Samoa Joe started when Samoa Joe was revealed as William Regal's new enforcer in June 2 months ago.
No way, Christian. It started because Samoa Joe deleted Karrion Kross's TikTok. I'll see my way out now.
Wow.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out either.
That is hilarious. But in all seriousness, though, Willie, we actually remember how we actually set up an ejection package.
That is correct.
We got an ejection package. If anybody tells too many unfunny jokes, I press this button and they get ejected out the door.
Well, I'm gonna sit in the chair.
Okay, here, I'm gonna press the button and the button's not working. The button's not working. Why is this button not working? And then all of a sudden I go sailing out.
Oh my god.
Anyway, okay, that's enough of this. But Samoa Joe, the last time he wrestled a match was in February 2020.
Yes, sir.
Throughout the entire pandemic era, he did not wrestle. He was always on commentary, and he was honestly one of the best commentators ever.
For real.
Because he puts in a lot of the emotion into it.
Imagine if we got a chance to, if him and Pat McAfee were on the commentary desk together.
God. By the way,
Pat McAfee and Samoa Joe, nice. But here's the problem: neither one of them are play-by-play commentators, so we need a play-by-play.
True.
Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, they're a great pairing. Hell, honestly, Pat McAfee's even making Michael Cole even more entertaining than he was before. I didn't think that was possible, but it is.
Oh, for real.
So when Samoa Joe, I'm actually glad that he's back to actually wrestling, because Samoa Joe, let's be honest, is one of the best guys we've seen for someone that size.
Right.
And he's got a legendary career.
He does.
He's got nothing left to prove, but yet here he is. Because he loves this. So, I'm honestly gonna... I want to get to SummerSlam very shortly, so I'm gonna go right ahead and say it. I believe Samoa Joe's gonna defeat Karrion Kross to become the new NXT champion, because, let's be honest, Karrion Kross has been wrestling on Monday Night Raw every week, so...
Exactly.
So I think it's time Karrion Kross moves up to the main roster. And Samoa Joe, if this happens, he'll become the first ever 3-time NXT champion. Here's a fun fact. Samoa Joe was the first ever 2-time NXT champion.
2-time.
A feat that he won at NXT TakeOver Toronto in 2016. And of course, take a guess who was there. This guy.
Chris Jericho.
Oh wait, let me guess. Tom Savini.
I just whacked K-Money in the face.
Ow!
Alright, anyway. Yep, I was there. I had a good time. It was epic, and it was cool to see Samoa Joe. At the time, I was shocked that he would beat Shinsuke Nakamura to win it back.
Oh, dude, same.
Only to just lose it 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later. And I remember that night, I was like, did Shinsuke do something wrong? Is he being moved up? Then 3 weeks later, oh, that's right, you're getting the title taken off of you for literally no reason, just have you move up.
That was fun.
Thanks for coming, Joe.
I actually looked back on the video after Nakamura lost the title at TakeOver Toronto, where an interview tried to interview him at the hallway. And even when Shinsuke's not in the mood to talk, he was still nice about it. Says, "Please, just go away."
Yep.
Oh, that was a good time. But yeah, Samoa Joe, if he beats Karrion Kross to win, this will be the first ever 3-time NXT champion. And I think this would be the right move, especially if we're trying to get major. If here's the thing, I agree with WWE's part about having some major stars who could be main characters. Samoa Joe is at the top of that list. And I also do agree about this rumor about having people below 30 years old, going up to NXT instead of, bringing in veterans of wrestling who are like in their 30s, near 40s now. Because I agree with bringing in younger talent because they're the future. No, you ain't going to bring in younger talent by bringing people who are almost near their end of their careers.
You can't get the future done with the young talent. Keep releasing the younger talent. That's just me. Anyways, moving on.
and plus, Joe did say years ago that he's pretty much done everything he wanted to do in wrestling, so he wanted to put over some young guys.
That'd be a good idea. All right.
And Joe is 42.
That is true.
Yep.
All right, Heel Balor, your thoughts and predictions on the NXT title match?
Granted, I legit thought this was going to be Kyle O'Reilly and Karrion Kross, but hey, we're at Samoa Joe, and I think that's a little bit more better than Kyle O'Reilly. For now, I think the match will be good. The build-up has been great. Kross has been not the worst champion. I mean, he's been defending it, even though he's been on Raw and getting tryouts and all that. And they're calling him mid. They're calling him names. They're calling him horrible names, by the way. And they won't have the balls saying that to his face. So, yeah, screw you, IWC.
I want you to.
Please say that to his face.
I'm begging. I know you can't see, but on my knees, I'm begging the IWC to say that to his face.
They won't. They won't. They're hiding behind wrestling fan 434 accounts, and they're idiots. So who knows? Anyways, I think this will be a really good match. The outcome is pretty predictable, in my opinion. There's no way, in my opinion, that Joe needs to lose. Joe is not losing this match. Kross needs to lose this match, in my opinion. I won't be upset if Kross loses because, let's face it, Kross was made for the main roster. I think that's why people kept giving up on him. Plus, they think he got the title too quick, and there's also other reasons why he's getting hate, which I'll just say it's because of political spectrum and all that garbage. But, keep your political opinions to yourself.
We should have been left out of wrestling.
Exactly, Kashawn. Exactly. Keep your opinions like that out of wrestling, please. That's the one that doesn't belong in wrestling, in my opinion. Better than that, Kross, I wouldn't say he's been the worst NXT champ, but let's just face it, he wasn't as good as the past champs like Balor, Cole, Ciampa, those guys. And plus, in my opinion, taking the top Balor, looking back, it was actually a bad move, but whatever. I wanted it anyways, and I got what I wanted. I've been supporting Kross since day one, since he got here, before he came to NXT. I've been supporting him. And, I've been defending him ever since. I'm never going to give up on him. And I think it's just time for him to move on. And, who knows what the future holds for Karrion Kross? Joe will win the championship. Will he be a transitional champ? I will laugh if he will be, but nah, he's going to keep talking for a little bit and drop it to a newcomer. Anyways, Joe's winning. Kross is being moved up, and whatever happens. Kross's weakness is apparently no more words. So we'll have no more words he'll have no more words after Joe becomes the NXT champ. So love you, Kross.
You're so funny.
Anyways, love you, Kross, but you're losing. Samoa Joe to win the NXT championship.
Okay, Beast, your turn.
By the way, their brawl this past week was really good. Yeah, go ahead.
I think that Samoa Joe's going to win. Absolutely. I think that it is his time. I think, when if he does win, and he's my prediction to win, when he becomes the 3-time NXT champion, that's a good moment in history to do it's a good trivia question to be like, oh, who do you remember as being the first ever 3-time NXT champion? Samoa Joe. So I think that's a good little moment in history to add to the record books of WWE and of NXT. I think Samoa Joe is the guy to beat Cross, and since Cross has been having matches on Raw, I think he's going to go to Raw and bring Scarlett with him. And from there, who could Joe face? I think Joe's first opponent might be Kyle O'Reilly for the have a rivalry with Kyle for the title, which would be really sweet. But Joe is winning on Sunday, absolutely. And
it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned Scarlett because I don't know. Because seriously, because last night before they started brawling, Cross made his entrance, and you can hear those fans in the CWC's chat just chanting, "Where is Scarlett? Where is Scarlett?" I'm like, shut up! I guess Scarlett's not there. She's not there.
He's a Sunday champion. Cross is so mad. He sucks.
Why you Scarlett's so bad? Y'all see her on Sunday.
Exactly.
Also, how much you want to bet when Joe wins? I give the CWC and the IWC 3-4 weeks before they turn on Joe.
Oh, they will. They're going to turn on him.
3-4? You're being generous. I said 2.
I'll give them 11 minutes.
I give them like literally 1 minute. Then they're going to turn on him.
All right.
I'll give them weeks. I'll give them 11 minutes.
Heck, they turned on Balorman. They almost turned on Balorman. He was champ for the second time. So I knew they're going to happen.
All right. So Base also said Joe. Okay, Sean, you're the last one left.
I'm gonna go with the big Samoan dude that likes to choke people up for fun, Samoa Joe.
Choke people out for fun? What the heck?
All right then.
That's what it does. That's his job description.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, who's ready to move on to the next piece?
Is it up?
It's up. Yeah, it's up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our predictions for NXT TakeOver.
I'm gonna stop.
So whenever the SummerSlam, okay, this started. When did this start for you, Beast?
Dude, this started when the ad started, bro. Like, all right.
Tell him.
The song is too catchy. All right, I feel like it's way too catchy. It's an earworm. It really is. I first heard it and I'm like, oh, Cardi B, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
Like, oh, why do you hate on Cardi B? Well, do your research on Cardi B. She's not dumb. That's all I'm gonna say.
No.
The thing is, I didn't do the transition. I didn't make sure everybody knows we're in a transition. Folks, we're done talking about NXT TakeOver. We're moving on to SummerSlam. Okay, now you can continue.
I know that's right.
Yes, I do know that's right. But yeah, when the song started with the ads, I was like, oh, great, sick, okay. And then they just kept going. And I got to the point where I'm like, it got to the point where I was like getting mad every time the ad came out. I was like, are you kidding me? I had just got the song out of my head like a few hours ago. Now it's back in my head. God damn it. But now I'm just kind of numb to it. Every time I see an ad for it, I'm just like, I don't really care. I mean, they could have chosen somebody better. But there is one thing I do know about SummerSlam and about that song. I know that's right. And it's also bad because now I can like rap the opening verse to it because I've heard it so many times.
He can. He's not.
I never used to know the opening verse, but now since I've heard it in the ad so many times, I can fucking rap the opening verse, and it's terrible. God.
I'm gonna just state that they could have used a Linkin Park song for their opening song. I'm just saying. I'm just saying they were right there. They could have used
MGK,
Grande, anybody.
Heck, you could have called
used the fucking Weekend.
Bro, why are these looking for WrestleMania?
They already had Logan Paul, so why not have KSI be the theme song and then have him perform his song on SummerSlam and then have him take shots at Logan Paul?
Because that would have been stupid.
It's not Justin Bieber. He's doing nothing nowadays.
All right. That was a really good conversation about theme songs. But ladies and gentlemen, back to the subject of SummerSlam. This is history in the making. This is the first time ever that SummerSlam's taken place in an NFL stadium. Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas, Nevada.
I know that's right. God damn it.
44,000 people will be in attendance.
I
Yes. I think it's gonna be full capacity too.
Yep, it is full
Is that
capacity. And what I like is I'm proud of Las Vegas for putting in that those who are going to be in SummerSlam must wear your mask, and you should always continue to do that. Required to wear your mask. Because here's the thing, it's better that you have to wear your mask than the place getting canceled.
Oh, for real?
Because I am not about to go back to that Thunderdome again.
Regardless of
Yeah, there
vaccination
was-
status, you should continue to wear your mask until enough people have been vaccinated. Because the fact of the matter is, while millions of people, especially in the U.S., have been fully vaccinated, there's still half the population that either have not yet got the vaccine or are practically refusing the vaccine.
Oh, for real.
And as a result,
Dude,
the Delta variant is continuing to spread faster. So I'm honestly glad that they're not canceling it. They're proceeding as planned. And we're only, by the release of this podcast, we'll be literally a day away from SummerSlam.
Literally.
So if anybody who's watching this are going to be at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, remember to wear your mask. Keep yourself with your friends, family, or whoever you're with, or if you're alone, you don't have to worry about so much of anybody else. But remember to just stay safe, and hopefully you don't cause the spread of COVID-19.
Oh, bro, I got a few friends who are actually going to shout out to those friends, by the way. And I'm like, you have to be safe, do all this stuff. And there's also going to be meet and greets, apparently, with the wrestlers. That meet and greets are returning. Like in-person meet and greets.
Yep.
I don't know why, but
I
cool,
think
guess.
tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, tomorrow.
So
Tomorrow's the recording.
So basically, like, if you're going to do this, folks, just remember to wear your masks and remember to be on your best behavior. And do not be an asshole saying, I have rights, I shouldn't have to wear my mask, because here's the thing, it's not about you.
Nope. It's about everyone around you. It's about you, but also about everyone else.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm fully vaccinated, but no matter where I go, I always carry a mask with me just in case. If I'm going into like a gas station or a small business in my hometown real quick, I won't wear one. I'll just go in and get shit. But if I'm going to like a big like a big cookout or like a big or just like a big event, like a concert or a wrestling show or baseball or MLB is baseball or like hockey or whatever, I will wear a mask at some point. Like when I sit down and I go to like eat or drink something, obviously I'll take it off, duh. But when I'm going in, if I don't have one, then I'm kicking myself. But if I do have one, I'll wear it when I'm going in.
Yeah, speaking of baseball, as was mentioned, Chicago has implemented a mask mandate for indoor activities, but Wrigley Field is outside, so I don't know exactly what's going to go on, but I think I will still be wearing my mask at the stadium. The same with Maracle.
There you go. Hey, Seth, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I bet you're all wondering, why do you always talk about this stuff in every podcast? Because we want y'all to be safe.
And because that's what's going on in this world.
You got to spread the word so you don't spread the disease.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. Anyways, here's another thing.
Plus, we can't make new friends on a world where all the population is gone because of a virus.
Bingo.
Exactly.
Anyways, before we get started on the matches, there were some things I wanted to talk about regarding SummerSlam. Here's some cool things. In addition to traditional pay-per-view on the WWE Network, SummerSlam is going to air in movie theaters in the U.S.
What? That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Select movie theaters,
That's very cool.
not all of them, only in select movie theaters, thus marking WWE's first pay-per-view event to air in theaters. And when I heard about that, I was like, I laughed because I have had a history of watching WWE pay-per-views in movie theaters up here in Canada because my local theater, from January 2008 up to sometime in 2016, we're hosting every single WWE pay-per-view. So I have seen a lot of fantastic moments in theaters. And the cool thing about watching it in theaters is you're there, you're with an audience, with a crowd that's also reacting as well. So it feels like you're there attending the show, while at the same time, you're not missing a bit of the action. That's what's so exciting
Only
about
in
it.
select movie theaters is SummerSlam going to be happening. Whoop! Looks like I can't go to my movie theater then.
It's all right. Okay, there's also another thing. Part of SummerSlam Week, WWE is holding a multi-day tryout in the Las Vegas area to sign new wrestlers to development contracts. That's
You're
also
a slave to the company now. Okay, that's messed up, but still.
Ha ha ha.
WWE is also partnered with TikTok. We mentioned TikTok before to host a contest because we're gonna have 2 guest ring announcers for SummerSlam. We don't know who they are, but they've been hosting a contest to see who will be guest ring announcers for SummerSlam, and one of them apparently was Ryback, who tried out for it.
I'm gonna be straight up. I auditioned for it. I can tell you it's not me because I haven't gotten anything yet.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's not.
I didn't even.
Y'all
I didn't even watch.
his commentary. It's actually, it is a ring announcer. It's actually pretty good.
I didn't even.
Well,
watch
thank you,
freaking
brother.
Pride.
I would love to be a ring announcer or something. That'd be sick.
Actress, here's another thing.
I-
Actress, comedian, and author Tiffany Haddish. Does anybody know who that is?
Yeah.
No.
She's
I
hosting
know
the
who that
official
is.
SummerSlam after party because WWE is making a donation in support of her foster care charity. I like it when WWE makes donations with charity.
My family's in foster and all that kind of stuff, so I've grown up with that. That's pretty amazing. Props to you, WWE.
Props for partnering together with many charities, especially for good causes. So that's why this is another good reason why the build to SummerSlam is great, not just match-wise, but, business-wise and collaboration-wise. Allowing
That's
2
crazy.
people to be guest ring announcers for SummerSlam, we should be keeping a lookout for sure on who these 2 will be.
I think they're gonna be like big surprises and all that. Like we're not knowing who they're gonna be. They probably chose someone very good. I'm hoping, but
Why didn't they choose me then?
I'm excited for all this, and WWE is really going all out to make sure that they are hosting a lot of crazy stuff going on in addition for SummerSlam, and to make this feel like WrestleMania.
I want to give WWE props for choosing a freaking stadium. Like this is insane. I've seen that place. Like I've looked at video, I've looked at pictures of that place. That place is massive.
Allegiant,
And
the thing about Allegiant Stadium is it opened a year ago? Yeah, opened a year ago.
20 last year they opened.
So, and it's a big stadium, and I look forward to seeing what it's going to look like with SummerSlam. As a matter of fact, I wonder, are they building the SummerSlam stage yet?
As of this now, no. I think we're gonna see some like the next few days. But I think what I'm thinking the setup's going to be, I think they're gonna have like obviously the set they have now. I think it's what it's gonna be basically. Unless because they're coming out, the wrestlers it's gonna be basically. If you don't remember last year at the Royal Rumble, the wrestlers came out of the dugouts, right? It's basically gonna be, I guess, kind of like that. So wrestlers are gonna be coming out of the end zone, I believe. I don't know how football works, but they're be coming out of the
They have time.
end. Yeah, thank you, bro. They're becoming like one of those things, and basically it's gonna like it's gonna curb and all that. The ramp is gonna curb and all that. And what I think they're gonna do, they have the big set like they have now. There's not gonna be anything flashy, I don't think, because that's what we usually think with these big shows. But is there gonna go all out with this show? Hell yeah! Having a freaking stadium like this is crazy. Like since 1992, they're gonna be in I think stadium in general. For a big show like this, for SummerSlam at least.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Which,
I can't wait
I'm
for the
very
weekend.
excited. Very excited.
And here's the thing.
Great.
We talked about all the cool things that they're doing in addition to hyping up SummerSlam. And are you guys ready to talk about the things we love? We're looking forward to the most about SummerSlam. And that is holy shit, the 10 matches!
10. Yeah, so far, Christian, 10. So far.
Yeah, this podcast is releasing on Friday before SmackDown, and what are they going to squeeze one match in like 24 hours before the show takes place?
We still have the pre-show.
That is true.
Knowing our
Yeah,
luck.
hey,
I can guarantee now, expect a 4-hour pay-per-view event.
that's exactly because I saw this on Peacock yesterday. So I looked it up at SummerSlam. And all that. They said 4 hours. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, it makes sense. It is the biggest show, and it's going to be a big show with fans returning. Full capacity, by the way, too. So you want it to go all out, man.
All right.
And of course, SummerSlam is the only thing I'm going to be able to fully watch this weekend, wrestling wise, because I can't watch the entirety of TakeOver on Sunday because I have a certain season finale of a certain zombie killing show that I love that I have to watch. Get my luck.
You do realize you could just watch that later.
Yeah, no, don't tell him that.
I'm just gonna flat out say this right now. I think The Walking Dead sucks.
I respect your opinion.
I just never got into it.
Gonna try and cancel Christian for that? Hell no.
I just never understood it. But anyways, y'all ready to start talking about the matches for SummerSlam? Because this card is freaking stacked.
Oh my gosh.
One of the more stacked than SmackDown roster. Just do it up.
Yeah. So here's what we're gonna first talk about. We are gonna talk about You Think You Know Me. Starting off with Edge versus Seth Rollins.
Yes, I'm acting. Wait, I gotta do it like this.
Now here's okay.
Seth Rollins could have played the perfect Green Goblin with that laugh.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I here's my version of the Seth Rollins laugh.
Holy crap.
Usually mine would go like,
all right. It's amazing. It's a crazy thing. We started off with Edge versus Seth Rollins in our predictions. And that's mostly because we started NXT TakeOver with Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. So, start off Fast and Furious. As a matter of fact, what if that is the opening match at SummerSlam? Pyrotechnics go off, everybody's excited for the show, and then the first thing you hear is You Think You Know Me.
I would not be mad. That would be so cool.
I feel like kick off the show.
Yep, that'd be good. So, Edge versus Seth Rollins. This is a match that goes all the way back. A rivalry that goes all the way back to December 2014 when Seth Rollins tried to fucking murder Edge.
He's not lying too either.
Literally tried to kill him.
He dead was about to break this dude's neck.
He even flat out said, I'm going to kill him.
Yeah.
The one thing I like about this feud is the rivalry between Edge and Seth Rollins. The theme of it is, you should have killed me when you had the chance.
Pretty much. You heard that one before. The theme's killing.
And here's the thing. You know what I'm going to go for? I am rooting for Seth Rollins in this match, actually.
Okay.
Seth's going to have Edge down. And then I will pull out my own inner Palpatine and say, good, Seth, good. Kill him. Kill him now.
Hey,
do it. Yep, do it.
Do it.
No, I actually am not. I'm actually not gonna hope that happens. No, I was just kidding.
Star Wars if you've never seen it.
Yeah, the actual thing I'm hoping for is yes. I hope actually. I want Edge to actually win the match because, he could actually take the win more than Seth could right now. And I really think that in this case, imagine that Seth Rollins looks to finally put an end to Edge with a curb stomp. Leaps up and kind of like the RKO out of nowhere, he goes into the air and Edge spears him in midair.
Dude, oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, here's the thing. That would take a really big time in, and they would probably have to practice that over and over to make sure they got that right. But even then, it's a one-shot deal.
Yeah, you can't rely too much on practicing. It's all fate with that.
Yep. Just gotta hope that it works out. I hope Edge actually gets the win because he could actually take the win more than Seth can. Seth Rollins is going to continue to be on a, quote, downward spiral, but then I think eventually he'll have his feud with Roman Reigns on the Universal Belt. But in the meantime, going forward, yeah, Edge over Seth Rollins. I'm loving this rivalry. The build-up has been fantastic. The back and forths between these two. And I'm glad that they, at this time anyway, have not exactly fought as much as we would normally think.
Oh, for real.
They're waiting for the right moment, and that's exactly what they should be doing with the other matches. But for now, yeah, Edge over Seth Rollins in this case. Okay, Sean, I'll start with you.
I'm gonna have to go with. I'm about to go with Edge. Only because I feel like during that match, Seth will be so fixated on correcting the mistake that he made all those years ago, and Edge is Edge being the ultimate opportunist is gonna take that opportunity to shut him down.
All right.
And with one quick spear, bang, 1, 2, 3, and sends the crowd home and sends everyone going into the next match happy.
That would be an honestly explosive match to kick off the night. One that I would actually be all right with, because here's the thing. If you want to kick off the SummerSlam this major, they should kick it off with one of those big-time matches. Because let's be fair, we all know Roman Reigns, John Cena, they're the main event. They're closing the show. That's a given already.
Yeah, that's a come on now.
Kick things off. Either kick things off with Edge and Rollins, or maybe Lashley and Goldberg, or Sasha and Bianca. One of those three should kick off the show.
Sasha versus Bianca could kick it off, please.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, any of those matches would be a good way to kick off the show, because you don't want to kick things off with, Eva Marie and Alexa Bliss, which we'll talk about next. But you don't want to kick off SummerSlam with that. That's a bad idea. Let's be honest, no matter what they do, that's a calm down match. So in the meantime, Edge and Rollins, I think, would be the perfect way to kick things off. Beast, your turn. Your thoughts on Edge versus Seth Rollins?
I also got Edge going over. I think, what you said, Christian, Edge could really go farther with this win, and I do like the story that they're going with Seth right now. Him really having this inner turmoil and this downward spiral, and I think he could have a nice match with Roman later on. As for the closing spot, I like the pop-up curb stomp into the spear. However, I could see Seth setting up Edge in the corner. Kind of if you ever played 2K20, I think it was the Outlanders DLC, Seth did like a springboard curb stomp onto like the rope, right? I think he'd set Edge up for that. He'd go to springboard, Edge would move, and then do a diving spear off the top. 1, 2, 3.
That could also work.
That'd be sick.
I just have a good feeling that they are going to put on a hell of a match. We're talking Edge and Seth Rollins here. That is a dream match.
Oh, absolutely! This is a good way to kick off the show. Hot start.
Edge and Roman is a match I'd always wanted to see. We finally got it at Money in the Bank, not WrestleMania, but and Edge and Seth Rollins was another one. Of course, is I'm hoping Edge one day faces AJ Styles.
Please, yes.
Edge versus Styles. Put that in my eyes now.
Well, not now, but later.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about AJ a little while later in this podcast, but just goes to show that Edge and Rollins, they're gonna put on a hell of a match. It's gonna be good. And heel Balor, you're next. Goldberg, you're next.
It's been great. What?
I was like Goldberg, heel Balor, you're next.
Storyline's been great in my opinion. They have been doing the best work. The mic work has been great. I like how they've been keeping them apart a little bit, keeping them from being physical just a little bit. I'm loving the infighting and all that. The story has just been incredible. I think they could have got a little bit more personal, but maybe involve their wives. But who knows about the other one? But yeah, I think everyone's going for Edge, right?
Yep.
I'm going to go for Seth Rollins.
Alrighty.
I'm going for Seth Rollins.
Okay.
I think Seth Rollins could use this win. I think Seth Rollins could use this win to lobby for a future shot at the Universal Championship. Because keep in mind, Edge swooped in and took that spot from Seth Rollins. And of course, I think Edge is going to go on break after this. They'll probably ride Edge off for a little bit. And what better way than for Seth Rollins to go and, do a little damage to his neck. And this match can be very brutal, obviously. There are going to be some neck spots that make you really believe that he's going to kill Edge.
However, obviously. Seth, here's the thing. I just want to put this out there. Storyline or not, do not let Seth do the buckle bomb.
Please, no. No buckle bombs.
No, please don't. Never, no.
No buckle
Already
bombs.
told that did one. We are not going. You saw that did twice. You're not going for that for a third time.
Doing buckle bombs
Please,
to
God,
Edge. Curb stomps are fine because curb stomps are safe. No buckle bombs. Not to the apron, not to the ring ropes, not to the outside, not to the barricade, nowhere. No buckle bombs. None of that. So I want to see another Sting situation. And no, it wasn't Seth Rollins' fault.
If you want to hit a power bomb, then sure, but not a buckle bomb.
No bombs. No bombs in general. Okay, well. Hey, moving on.
Yes, nobody wants a bomb anywhere. That's good.
Exactly. But like I said, man, I think Seth Rollins could just win the lobby for the Universal Championship. They'll right Edge off for a little bit. Maybe they can do another fight. Maybe I don't know, down the road. Maybe at in December or maybe November. I don't freaking know. They'll probably do another match. I don't know. I feel like Seth could use this win, and he could use it to brag to the Universal Champion, whoever it may be. And Seth could use it as like a way, well, I beat the guy who stole the spot from me. I beat that guy. It's my championship. I want the crack at the championship next. And you do that. Seth Rollins gets whoever the Universal Champion is. And they're going to right Edge off for a little bit. Edge is going to go on break. And because he did this after WrestleMania. WrestleMania is the biggest night of the year. They did it with Edge. You know, they did it on that night, you know, with him and Roman and a certain other somebody. I think his name was Brian. Well, I don't remember his name. Anyways, moving on.
Brian Zane?
You wish. You wish. Don't do that to me. Anyways, I think they're gonna use this to run off Edge. Seth Rollins, in my opinion, should go over. If it doesn't, I'm totally fine with it. I love Edge, but I think Seth deserves to win more, in my opinion, and he could love for a title shot in the future. So yeah, Seth Rollins.
All right. Now we're going to move on to the next match, which I mentioned already prior that this was coming up next. You got Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie. I'm like, they're actually doing this. Oh my God, they're actually doing this.
You know, there's a reason actually why they're doing this match. If people really, really, really think and not throw their hatred all over the internet like little squirms, maybe you get the hint.
All right, Heel Balor, then enlighten us of this hint.
I will tell you exactly why people are crapping on this. Because it's Eva Marie. Do you know why they're crapping on Eva Marie? Because, quote unquote, she can't wrestle. Well, have you seen clips of her with Brian Kendrick training in the ring? Oh, well, that's just her. She's in agreement with the great wrestler. Well, no crap, Sherlock. She had to train. And they're not letting her do the moves in the ring now because WWE is obviously a company where moves really don't matter. It's more character-based. Main roster-wise, at least. And that's why they're not letting Eva Marie, I guess, be herself. I consider she's kind of improved. That's just me. And she's a heel. And yes, she's getting go away here. I get it. Nobody wants Eva Marie back. Nobody wants Eva Marie here. Blah, blah, blah. First of all, she's a heel. She's doing her job. And I get it's go away heat. But if you don't like her, turn off the TV. Plus, she's hot as hell. And plus, the thing with Dewdrop is amazing, in my opinion. That's another thing. People are crapping on the Dewdrop thing. Well, let me tell you this. They're going to have her use her real name, Piper Niven, very soon. You got to be patient. Another thing, Alexa Bliss. Y'all are still crapping on Alexa Bliss because actually, I'm going to save that because I want you guys to join in on this one. It involves a certain Mr. Wyatt. I'm going to save that for a little bit. I'm going to save that. Because I know exactly where I'm headed with that.
Indeed.
Yep.
All right. Well, I will just say right now that this whole situation with Eva Marie and Alexa Bliss is personally, I think Alexa Bliss is going to hypnotize Dewdrop into getting out of, Eva Marie's control. Thus, she reverts back to Piper Niven.
I like that.
Thanks to the hypnotizing power of Alexa Bliss, Dewdrop is, quote, broken out of Eva's spell. Because, let's be honest, we all know Dewdrop is not exactly happy with Eva Marie. We all know that.
I mean, if you got sliced in the face and got told you suck and you're worthless, I mean, would you be happy?
Nope.
Exactly.
Oh, I'd be ready to throw hands. Props to Dewdrop. She has more self-control than I do.
For real.
All right. I honestly think that the winner of this match is going to be Alexa Bliss. Let's be honest.
Of course Alexa's going to go over. If Eva goes over, I'm going to bust. I'm going to give out the biggest laugh I think I ever laughed in a long time, dude. Ever. If that happens.
Even when you laugh so hard that you nearly cried when I made a joke that one time on Skype. When I said Alexa Bliss looks like she could have played a female Jack Skellington in like a Nightmare Before Christmas reboot. I'm telling you, this dude could not stop laughing. We legit were waiting for him to stop laughing for 5 minutes.
Reminds me of certain we had you on laughing gas. Am I right, Beast?
Hey.
All right.
It's true.
It's not much we can really say, honestly, for this match. So, Kashan, what's your prediction on who's going to win this weird match?
I'm going with the woman with pale skin and that creepy ass doll. I'm going with Alexa Bliss.
Oh, you meant Alexa Bliss. I thought you were talking about. Never mind.
Princess Sheamus.
Okay.
I mean, well, I can see how you made that mistake. I can see how, but no.
It's all right. Okay, Beast, your turn. Who do you think's going to win this match?
I'm also going with Alexa. I think, what you said, Christian, Alexa hypnotizing Doudrop out of Eva Marie's control. I really like that idea. I think, she could... I don't know if she'd do it in this match or later on in the feud, but I think she might do it in this match where Eva would go for something, and Alexa would counter. She'd drop Eva. Doudrop would get up on the apron to start arguing with Alexa, and Alexa would hypnotize Doudrop, and then Doudrop would interfere somehow, and then Alexa would get the win, and then Doudrop would walk off on Eva. Something like that. I don't know. It's a loose booking, but something like that. Anyway, regardless, though.
Ballard, you put in your prediction, right?
What?
You put in your prediction, right?
About Beast?
No, you did. Did you?
Yeah. No. I didn't. Not yet.
Well, it's your turn.
All right, fine. Alexa's going over. There's really no reason to have Eva Marie win this match whatsoever. And maybe you could hypnotize Doudrop or whatever, but maybe this is where they debut Lily. Maybe
Wait, I think I just thought of something.
Wait, Lily is an actual wrestler?
Oh my! I just thought of something that seems like something so unreal, but it'd be so funny.
All right,
Imagine if Eva Marie wins, and then throughout the whole night, you'll just on Twitter, you'll just see #cancel Peacock. I will laugh my ass off if that's the case. If that happens, I know that she's not winning. Obviously, she's not winning. But if that happens, and if I see that trending, I am going to laugh so hard that I will legit might have to go to the hospital for laughing so much. I will laugh that much if that happens.
Surprising that happened a few weeks ago. Anyways, moving on. So, like I said, Alexa's going to go over in this match. There is no reason to have Eva Marie pin Alexa Bliss. This match shouldn't even be happening, in my opinion, but, WWE, I guess, just wants to put Alexa Bliss on the card. I know there's people complaining, what about Jeff Hardy? What about Mustafa Ali? What about freaking Kevin Owens and all these guys? They deserve to be on SummerSlam. Not everyone needs to be on SummerSlam. Not everyone can fit on the card. Get over it. Tweet your displeasure to Vince McMahon like he'll answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next match. This is the last non-title match that we're talking about for SummerSlam, and another very interesting one. Drew McIntyre versus the modern-day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. Former 3MB mates. Where's Heath Slater to be the referee?
Well, he's injured with a freaking groin injury in Impact.
Yeah.
The two 3MB mates who got fired, returned, and won a world title each.
What the hell is Heath to complete the trifecta?
Yep. Heath Slater should come back in 2023 and do the same thing.
Oh, God.
Make his kids happy.
It would. His 13, 15, 30, 50. We don't know how many kids he's got.
I lost count after 60, to be honest.
Yeah.
He has 19 kids and counting that more. I don't know.
All right.
I see the women in sight.
As a result of Drew McIntyre winning a handicap match on Raw against Jinder's well, new Scene Brothers, apparently. Viren Shanky, which apparently here's like, while a lot of people would laugh at the names, as it turns out, those are actually common names in India.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, okay, that explains why
That's
a lot of
funny.
people actually are not laughing at the names. Sounds funny, but then when you realize, oh shit, they're common names in that country. Oh,
That's
I'm like, oh, that's actually really cool. All right. As a result, those two have been banned from ringside, so it's just Drew and Jinder one-on-one. And honestly, I like that because as much as people want to disagree with it, these like Jinder Mahal can put on a good match.
he can.
Yep. Then, of course, this is all about Drew McIntyre and his family sword he's got.
Named Angela.
Yep. Named after his deceased mother. Rest in peace to her.
Yep.
That's actually a beautiful thing, in my opinion.
That sword is apparently Vince McMahon's. That's crazy.
All right. But I believe, yeah, Drew McIntyre is going to get the win. Get a nice big win in front of the thousands of people in attendance.
Yep.
Heel Balor, start with you this time.
It's been a good rivalry. I mean, y'all wanted Drew to do. Yeah, he's involved in this. Yeah, y'all wanted Drew to be at the title picture. Now he is. He's in a title. I got title matches on the brain right now. He's in a feud with Jinder Mahal right now. Y'all want him out the title picture, and now he is. And I don't really see that many complaints. I'm enjoying it. It's been interesting. And Drew McIntyre is going to get the win. Nothing else. Unless Jinder debuts like a new henchman or whatever, Drew's winning. Enough said. Drew's going to get his big win in front of big fans on the inside Allegiant Stadium, and that's it. Yeah, Drew McIntyre's going over. Enough said.
All right, Beast, your turn.
I also think that Drew's going to go over. I don't see Jinder winning at all. I might for Jinder to get his heat back. If Jinder loses, I could see him maybe stealing the sword for a while, and then Drew chasing him to get it back. But in the match, Drew's going to win. Absolutely.
Absolutely. There we go. All right, and finally, K-Money.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna go with Drew because honestly, it's not the only possible scenario, but I feel like he's gonna go over since he's basically fighting for a family heirloom, and he would have to go over and to get the family honor back. I believe, and this is actually pretty funny because every time Drew does the entrance with the sword, I think of our friend Amanda. By the way, shout out. And I have a feeling that, and I just think of her with the sword doing that to like a pillow or something, to like with like in sync with Drew. When he does it, she just puts the sword in the pillow, and then she's like, "Yeah, Drew."
Wait, she has a sword?
I can imagine.
Where the hell did she get a sword? Oh my god!
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
And why to a poor pillow? That you got to sleep on that thing.
Because like, well,
sleep on a shoebox.
I'll be honest. When I saw like what Drew's been plunging the sword in these days, I'm like, that looks like some sort of Minecraft block or something.
And apparently,
it really does, though.
I guess with that, he's trying to act like King Arthur by putting the sword in the stone.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. But yeah, I might have to go with just like the. Who said that that Jinder would unless Jinder would have another henchman?
I think that was Willie.
Yeah, I would have to go. Yeah, I would have to go with. Yeah, I would have to agree with Will because unless Jinder brings in a new henchman, then Drew's winning.
All right.
I have no idea why I'm stuttering so much.
It's okay. We're almost 2 hours into the podcast. All right. Next, we're going on to the title matches now. And here, like I mentioned, we're kicking things off this time with the SmackDown Women's Championship match, Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks. Oh boy, here we are again. Although, let's be honest, it's a lot more peaceful this time around when it comes to the Sasha stands.
No hashtags. No, well, there's still bullshit, but there's no hashtags at least.
Well, they actually tried to get some hashtags going, and it didn't work this time.
No, they legit. We're not even joking, folks. They legit tried to get hashtags to start trending because of Cena and Reigns. I'm like, you ain't getting that trending over Cena and Reigns.
Hashtag main event Banks and Belair was trending. Was put out again, but it wasn't trending. It never got to trending.
No. So nice try, stands. Better luck next time. You're not getting it.
With all due respect, this time use your excuses of racism and sexism all you want, but you're no match for the likes of Roman Reigns and John Cena, or Goldberg and Lashley, or Edge and Rollins. This time it's a lot different. WrestleMania 37 Night 1, let's be honest. Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre was the only one that could have been the last match of that night. The rest of the card was not powerful enough.
Nope.
That's why they got it that time. This time is a lot different. Either way, that wasn't even a main event. That was only the close before halftime.
And they call NXT mid. Oh, too soon.
Indeed.
Too soon.
Indeed. But here's the thing. This time it ain't about main events. We all know they're going to put on a good match. Their match at WrestleMania. It was so much fun to watch. I enjoyed it.
That's right, Christian. It doesn't deserve to be. It's not main event because it deserves to be on the show main event.
Exactly. Oh my God, I got it that time. Yeah, indeed. So, Sasha Bianca, this time around, it feels good that we're actually going to be talking about them and their match rather than, whether it should be on the main event or not. Which by the way, we kind of broke that, but that's okay.
Oh, our podcast, everything we want.
Yeah, but it's fine. At least this time around, I can actually say the build-up this time is a lot better than their last one.
Okay, that's not saying much, but okay.
Ain't saying much, no.
Exactly.
Sasha called Bianca a bitch this time. I'm like, okay, nice.
Oh, edgy!
I'll be honest, there's okay, let's be perfectly fair. I try being nice, but there's nothing to talk about here.
There really isn't.
There really isn't.
There really isn't, though.
If you really think really long and hard about it, it's literally their WrestleMania build. And can I say that to these idiot morons in the crowd a few weeks ago when Sasha turned heel, they were like, oh, no, how could you do it? It's Sasha Banks, people.
Yeah, how did you not see that coming? Actually, more or less, how did Bianca not see that coming?
No, those are legit comments. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Now, Grant, hell, even my brother, who hasn't been watching wrestling since, like, the end of the Ruthless Aggression era, even he saw that coming.
Dude, even the Three Blind Mice and Stevie Wonder were like, how did you not see this?
Yeah. Three blind mice, that's funny.
Give them this. I will give them this thing right here. And that is that you're actually making the rivalry personal, I guess. Because it's now involving Zelina Vega and Carmella for some reason.
It's okay. Willie, it's okay. You don't have to try anymore.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm turning Pinocchio. Here, my nose is already growing.
Yeah. Let's put this back in place. Okay, you're good to go. All right. Let's be perfectly honest. Yeah. This match is just happening because it's happening.
Yeah, seriously.
You had to have a rematch.
As it turns out, actually, I'm like, wait, Sasha Banks has not actually been out filming Star Wars The Mandalorian, because I just got word from Carl. Yeah, I got word from Carl Weathers that the filming for Star Wars Mandalorian Season 3 begins in September.
Then where's she been?
Yeah, where the fuck she been then?
Are you saying has she literally been crying since Mania?
Are you telling me that this woman's been sitting at home just on her couch or wherever in her mansion or
Doing
whatever with all the
nothing?
money, like just thinking
Wait,
and
hold on,
just
hold on. You really mean to tell me that since WrestleMania, she's been at her house with her hands over her face, crying like the witch from Left 4 Dead? If anyone's ever played that game, if you haven't, I highly recommend it. It's so good. But she's been crying like the witch from Left 4 Dead since WrestleMania, and only now decided to come back. Really?
I actually
Now,
don't know about that, but okay.
Now, granted, apparently, like she's been like doing some stuff for Star Wars. I think she signed like some autographs or like something like that a few months ago. Other than that, she's really been doing nothing. She's basically just been laying low. Meanwhile, Bianca's been a pretty good champion. Too bad it's about to end, but yeah, spoiler alert right there, ladies and gentlemen. But she's been a great champ. I'll give her that. And just it's happening because you need to have the rematch and all that. And you know what? Whatever. I'm excited, I guess, because the build-up has just been bland as hell. But yeah. That's about it. There's no nothing.
All right. So, your prediction, Willie?
I want to say Bianca so badly. I really do. I hope she wins this match. I want her to win this match. Everyone knows deep down that Bianca deserves to win this match more than the Wicked Witch of the West. But that's not going to happen. Miss Banks is taking the championship. I really hope I'm wrong when I come back next week and review this for all of you guys. When we come back here next week and hopefully review and we talk about this match, we hope we can still say still the SmackDown Women's Champion, because in my opinion, Bianca's been pretty fun as champ. She's been bad. She's just been just pretty good in my opinion. And she's been getting opportunities and all that, and I think she's a little longer reign.
Okay, now that I think about it, I was right about one thing, actually. It makes a lot of sense that she wasn't gone for so many months to film Star Wars, because her character in Star Wars is a background extra.
Oh.
Yeah, here's the thing. Okay, to anybody who
seems fitting, actually.
Yeah, here's the thing. She's a background extra. The actual main character of her group is a character named Bo-Katan from the Star Wars Clone Wars animated series.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's the actual thing going on. I think what's going on for this case is, I think, yeah, she will be back this time. But the fact of the matter is, she has little to no lines, and she's just a background extra. Sure, she had a small little fight with Boba Fett, which was honestly kind of weird. But
it's here for it's about it. I like her character in the Mandalorian. But other than that, like, she's really done nothing. And then, the last time we saw Sasha also was at the ESPYs. Oh joy! We're not getting details about that one, but all we gotta say was cringe. But congratulations to the two, by the way. But still,
yeah. All right.
It's just, I don't care. I really don't care. I want Bianca to retain so badly, but you know what? I'm actually going to say it. I'm going to say it. With the goodness of my heart, I'm probably going to be wrong, but screw it. Bianca Belair is going to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. Why not? I'm going to be the odds man out.
And if Star Wars Mandalorian is filming their third season in September, as Carl Weathers had said, then Sasha's going to be gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Bianca Belair.
Gonna win.
Yeah, Bianca Belair is my pick too. Okay, Sean, go ahead.
Bianca Belair, because seriously, why give it right back to Sasha?
Especially if she's going to be out filming Star Wars.
When she lost it, not even like.
You're talking about the person who literally thanks Vince McMahon on Twitter every single day. I'm just saying.
I said, why would you want to give it back to Sasha? And plus, with Sasha, like, this is like, I know that we're past the whole Mania thing, but Sasha, control your fans. Mm-hmm. Control them.
That'd be nice.
They are getting out of control.
Oh, they are
out of control.
Crazy people.
Yep.
No. Some of them.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so Beast, you're the last one left. Go ahead.
I want to say I got Bianca too, but man, it's kind of looking like Sasha's gonna win for me, isn't it? But I'm still gonna say Bianca, just out of sheer hope and optimism.
We're all gonna be wrong. I really hope not. I really hope, and I want to give them a chance. I did want to give them a chance. But once you made it about race and that stuff, that's when I lost interest. Enough.
And plus, now they got Zelina and Carmella with Sasha, and soon enough they're going to turn to another version of the fucking welcoming committee.
Ouch! That, bro. Exactly. Like, why is Carmella and Zelina Vega? It's kind of funny because people are crying for Zelina Vega to come back, right? Now that she's back, look what they're doing with her. You're in a stable, which really shouldn't exist. That's another reason why I think Sasha's probably going to win because of that stable right there. I really hope to God we are wrong. Bianca, please win. Plus, Bianca, in my opinion, deserves a little bit of a longer reign. There have been people who are obviously souring her, saying that she sucks, saying that she's a horrible champ. I've seen that, ladies and gentlemen. You probably in the comments will be like, "Oh, you haven't seen anything. That's just you saying that." I've seen a few people. I've seen people saying that she's a bad champ. Give it back to Sasha, give it to somebody else. But yeah, I really hope Bianca retains. She deserves a longer reign. There haven't been that many good opponents. I guess I don't know. Give her more opponents. I think she deserves a longer reign. I think she's earned it.
All right.
She just had her turn. That's all I got to say about that one.
Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah, we're going to move on to the next match then. Base, you said your prediction, right?
Yeah, Sasha.
All right.
Oh, no, excuse me, Bianca. Sorry.
Okay. All right, we're going to move on to the next match, a triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. This one actually is a lot better build-up, in my opinion. A lot of people disagree, but it kind of does. Nikki ASH, who cashed in her Money in the Bank contract to win the title against Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. And over the last number of weeks, here's an interesting stat here. Nikki has beaten both challengers in singles matches, and both challengers have beaten her in singles matches.
So nobody is winning the match.
That's what I like about this is because both challengers have proven they could beat Nikki ASH, but Nikki has also proven that she can beat both the challengers. Makes us question who's going to be the one to go out on top in this case scenario. But other than those match stats, there's not much to say about this. But I'm like, of course, Nikki ASH stands for almost a superhero. How long is it going to be before she's completely a superhero? Does she have to main event WrestleMania or something? I don't know.
No, because remember, she would have to have hashtags flowing and a freaking cape. Well, she has a cape. She has to fly. The messed up joke about Nikki Cross, about Nikki ASH, I'm not saying on it. These two women know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not saying on it.
Yeah, this would probably, now that I mentioned it, this actually makes a lot of sense in comparison to Sasha and Bianca at WrestleMania. Almost a main event.
Let's move on. Those jokes are getting old nowadays.
Yeah. Okay. Charlotte Flair has won the Raw Women's title from Rhea Ripley at Money in the Bank, lost it the very next night to Nikki ASH. And once again, continue the trend that Charlotte just can't hold on to a title for a week.
Yeah, when I told my girlfriend about that, what after it happened, she could not stop laughing. She was like, "Ha! That just goes to show how much you suck, Charlotte."
Oh,
she's good at winning titles. She's just not good at hanging on to them.
Oh God,
Charlotte's weakness is not only Andrade, but it's also Money in the Bank briefcases. That's literally her weaknesses.
I wouldn't exactly.
She's literally turning into Sasha Banks now.
Okay, I wouldn't exactly say Andrade is a weakness. That doesn't actually make sense.
Oh, it would, but I'm not going to go into detail why.
Yeah.
Still doesn't.
No, I'm not going to detail. You can monetize.
Yeah, it's still. I'm just saying it still doesn't make any sense. Regardless, I know exactly. I know what your reference is, but it wouldn't make any sense how that's a weakness. But okay. Honestly, I'm just gonna say it. Nikki ASH is gonna retain the title. Beast, I'll start with you.
Okay. You don't say.
I think it's going to be that, that almost cliche closing spot where one of the performers, they go for their big move. Probably Rhea Ripley gives Charlotte the Riptide, and then the other performer jumps in and throws one of them out and then pins the prone one. Absolutely. Like I can see Rhea delivering the Riptide to Charlotte. She goes to pin Charlotte, but Nikki throws Rhea out of the ring, covers Charlotte 1, 2, 3. Absolutely. Right. Nikki's winning.
All right. Okay, Sean. All right, then. Okay, Sean, it's your move.
Well, I feel like it's gonna mirror how Io Shirai won her NXT Women's title. Oh my God, that was such a great night. Like, let's say she has let's say Charlotte has Rhea Ripley in the figure eight, and then she does like, let's say wait, what move does Nikki Cross do off the rope? I mean, Nikki ASH do off the rope?
Splashes.
She does.
Splashes.
Yeah, she does.
Just insults.
Yeah, splash, and then 1, 2, and then she pins Charlotte 1, 2, 3.
That'd be possible.
And I was thinking, we all remember Shawn Michaels' entrance from WrestleMania 25, where he came down like an angel, and Undertaker rose up like a demon from hell.
Yep.
I was thinking they should have Nikki do that, but have her fist on her waist, looking to the left, like like a standard superhero pose, and have her entrance theme playing, and then when she's coming down, she just has her hand on her like fist on her hips, like a standard superhero.
You could have her come in with a car like Batman.
Nah.
She ain't much of a Batman style.
The butterfly mobile.
Yes.
When's she gonna have the Hurricane be her manager?
Oh God.
Or Mighty Molly.
I was gonna say your Mighty Molly, yeah, dude.
One of those two. All right, we're gonna have to move on because I got stuff to do very soon, and we still have quite a number of matches left to go.
Yes, I didn't put it though.
All right then, Heel Balor.
Of course, Nikki ASH is going to win. Do I think she's pinning Charlotte? No, she's pinning Nikki Cross. My bad.
Right.
She's pinning.
You do realize what you just said, right?
I'm trying to right there. She is pinning Rhea Ripley. She's not pinning Charlotte. Thank you. There we go.
Yeah, that's gonna cause. And they're gonna pull. What do you bet they're gonna pull the thing from WrestleMania Backlash? Because Charlotte did not get pinned, she gets the next title shot.
They could.
Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It is.
We don't want it to happen, but it's gonna.
I didn't get pinned. I want my rematch.
She's not Australian.
Man, Ty Lord,
that's Rhea Ripley.
Stop it, you will.
That's Rhea Ripley, actually. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Why am I trying to talk Australian? I'm trying to talk an Android. Oh my God. Move on.
All right. Okay.
The victory never should have counted.
All right, guys. We're moving on to the next match, and here we go. The next match is Bro.
Oh yeah, this one's gonna roll.
The Raw Tag Team Championship match as Omos and AJ Styles defend against Randy Orton and Riddle, also known as RK Bro. And let's be honest, that's been one of the best things going on in the hype up to SummerSlam.
Oh, for real.
The absolute bromance with Randy Orton and Riddle has been one of the best things ever.
I legit thought you were about to say the Broserweights.
I said bromance. How can you get bros or weights out of bromance?
I saw the bros for some reason. I don't know.
So,
oh, he misses the Broserweights.
Let's be honest. One of my favorite lines from Riddle was to Randy Orton when he's like, "Does that mean you don't want to be on a team with me anymore?"
Oh my God!
Everybody did. You guys also say "Aww"?
No,
a little bit.
No, I didn't.
Oh, he's so cute.
I was like,
why would you hurt his feelings, Randy?
Oh,
Randy's a dick.
That's legit what I tweeted. I'm like, boy, you're a douchebag.
Yeah. Well, I like how he thought Randy Orton RKO'd him because I've been hitting RKOs. I just didn't do it right.
Exactly.
This whole thing is awesome. This is the best bromance storyline since Team Hell No.
You know what that segment reminded me of when he said that?
What?
You remember when on the build to Raw 1000 they was having Heath go one-on-one with all those legends and shit. And before he was facing, I think it was before he faced Vader, rest in peace Vader, and he's like DDP, he didn't tell me how to do the diamond cutter. Hell, Psycho said he just wanted to teach me how to do the power bomb. That is amazing, baby.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, you really are delusional.
But I actually like how Randy Orton and Riddle have been. I like that promo video where it showed like their history. I wanna be your best friend. That was so good.
The whole thing has just been fantastic. That's the main reason I've been watching Raw, literally, because like they have been. Riddle's freaking great. I love Riddle, and Orton's just Orton.
Yeah, but you would not expect Randy Orton to be on a team with Riddle, and it actually works out.
For real, I don't people are like, oh well, it's not going to work out. It's going to be cringe.
People thought when Randy Orton RKO'd Riddle, they thought that would mean Orton would face Riddle at SummerSlam.
And did you notice how when he got hit with the RKO, he started smiling?
Yep.
Yes. I'd be dying, dude. I'm like, why are you smiling? You just got landed with the RKO.
Yep. Okay, as for this match, though, I am going for RK Bro to win the Raw Tag Team titles. And here's another thing I want to point out. People are saying, how they got little to no tag teams on Raw. Guess what? I count 9 tag teams. 9. 9.
9.
9!
9!
9.
Why are you screaming?
I don't know why. Speaking of tag teams I'm impressed with Mansoor Mustafa Ali and Mason T-Bar. Mason T-Bar. I'll be honest, in my opinion, Mason T-Bar are what the Ascension should have been.
Oh, for real. Who remembers the Ascension?
I do. Hell, imagine if the Ascension was still around and they faced off with Mason T-Bar.
Hell, I remember the Ascension mainly because of their seizure-induced like fucking Titantron.
Oh, for real.
Okay. But back for the Raw Tag Team titles, I believe, RK Bro is going to take this one. And they would actually have a hilarious and entertaining run as the tag team champions.
And then drops Riddle.
They both come. Imagine if he somehow talks Randy into coming down on the scooter with him.
Dude, I've been tweeting about that since these two became a tag team. I want that. If Orton does not come out on a scooter at SummerSlam, I'm going to rage. I'm going to rage. Or the night after. I better see Randy Orton on a scooter.
Yep. All right. We're going to have to move on. Have to take things off a little quickly, though, for each match, because we still have 5 more to go. But, okay, Monty, I'll start with you. Your thoughts on this and your prediction of the Raw Tag Team title match.
I think that this is without question. This might actually be a funnier tag team than Team Hell No, and I'm not taking that back. I literally am not taking that back. Like with Matt Riddle over here, pretty much acting like he's acting, at first he was acting like that one. He's like a younger sibling where say if the older brother wanted to hang out with his friends, and I can speak from experience because I'm the youngest in the family. My mom will always tell him, "Okay, but you gotta take your little brother with you," and I would just be over here like, "Hey, bro, so what are we gonna do, man? Are we gonna go hang out? Can we go hang out?" And Randy was just over here like, "Oh my god, dude, would you leave me alone and just stop talking to me?" And as soon as how far they came now, I definitely have RK Bro winning. I just can't wait for them to win. For them to win with what the crazy shit they're gonna do. So now I'm gonna have to go with RK Bro.
All right then. Yo, Balor, go ahead.
I have been waiting for this for a while, man. The tag team stuff has been great with these two. The storyline's been hilarious. It's about freaking time they're back on the same page after Randy Orton became a douchebag. Although it is Randy Orton, so that's a given.
Started to become a douchebag?
What?
Started to become a douchebag?
I don't know. Yeah, Omos and AJ Styles have been okay as tag team champs. I legit forgot they were the tag team champs. They've been champs since WrestleMania. But I think this is where they drop them here. No need for them to be tag champs anymore. I could see maybe, and this is where they're gonna have the big spot of AJ. They're gonna have Randy Orton drop Omos the RKO because they're waiting to do that. They're gonna do it in front of a sold out Allegiant Stadium. RKO and 1, 2, 3 new tag team champs. RK Bro gonna win the tag titles. Gonna celebrate some RVD rolling paper, or as I call it, Bro rolling paper. Yeah, Bro rolling paper. That's not there. Yeah. Leonard's tag team champs, and then Orton's gonna get bored. Orton's gonna get pissed, and then he's gonna drop the Bro, and it's gonna happen. So I need to see Orton on a scooter.
Yeah.
Now.
All right, Beast, go ahead.
I agree that they're going to have Randy RKO Omos, and that's going to be a little bit of the closing spot. I do think it's going to be maybe a double RKO closing spot, and RK Bro is going to get the win. Also, yes, Randy needs to be on a scooter. Absolutely. RK Bro new tag champs this Saturday.
All right, now if we move on for the SmackDown Tag Team Title Match and a rematch, the Usos defending against the Mysterios. The last time it was on the pre-show of Money in the Bank, and the match of Money in the Bank, even if it was on the pre-show, was epic.
Oh, it was.
And so I can't wait. This time around, they're going to be on the main show, which I think would be great for SummerSlam. And, hell, remember when the Usos and the New Day had a pre-show match at SummerSlam, and it was better than anything on the main show?
Yeah.
I do.
Who would ever thought a 20-minute match on the pre-show would be better than almost everything on the main show?
Oh, for real.
So in this case, the Usos and the Mysterios, they put on a hell of a match of Money in the Bank, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do for SummerSlam. But there's not really much else to say about this, but I like how the bloodline is in full force now.
Took a while for somebody to fall in line.
And I'm hoping Naomi gets drafted to SmackDown and she joins the bloodline.
Apparently, she silently was traded to SmackDown, from what I'm hearing.
Regardless, how cool would that be? Then Naomi would go after Bianca or Sasha for the SmackDown Women's title, huh?
Yeah, cool won't be Naomi get pushed anyway, so why not?
It'd be awesome. Okay, but yeah, there's not much to say about the SmackDown title match, so I'm going to go right for it. The Usos are going to retain the titles because they're fresh into this new faction here with Roman Reigns, and them holding all the gold is fantastic. So, Usos to retain. Beast, go with you.
You know, I think that the Usos are going to retain, and since Dominic has been kind of hinting at a little dissension in the ranks with his father, I think he's going to end up costing their team the victory. And he's going to walk out on his dad. He's going to get pissed. But yes, in the end, Usos retain, and then maybe sowing the seeds for Mysterio's breakup.
All right. K-Money.
Usos.
Simple. Okay, heel Balor.
Usos are going over.
All right, then. Moving on to a match that I am excited to see. The United States Championship match, Sheamus versus Damian Priest.
Yeah, baby.
They've had brawls several times, but
excited when he wins.
Yeah, I think this is amazing. Sure, Damian Priest has had his things going on with Miz and Morrison, but his true intentions has been United States Champion Sheamus, and I'm glad they did not go with the rumors that Sheamus would face Damian Priest, Ricochet, and John Morrison. I'm like, that would have been horrible. I like Sheamus and Damian one-on-one. That's the money match right there. So,
Minute. No, wrong person.
Okay. So, I actually predict, shockingly enough, Sheamus is going to retain the United States title. I don't think Damian Priest is going to win it right here. But if he does, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Heel Balor, I'll go with you.
I think Priest is going to win the title.
Do you think he's ready for it?
A friend of mine be happy.
All right. Okay, Sean.
I'm going to go with the man, D. Priest.
Oh, Becky Lynch? Oh, wait, wrong person.
D. Priest. That's funny as hell. And finally, Beast.
Now, if there was ever a match on the main card of SummerSlam that could end up being like NXT style of stiff, it's going to be this match. I think Damian Priest is definitely going to go over. It's going to be a hard-hitting affair. It's not going to be for the faint of heart. In the end, though, I think Sheamus' run as champ is going to come to an end. Damian Priest, your new United States champ this Saturday.
All right. I'll be honest. Sheamus has always been a cool United States champion. I like what he's doing with this whole face thing.
Oh, can we? I can't believe we forgot about this. Can we talk about the funniest thing that he said on Raw a couple weeks ago?
What was that?
He said they're trying to come after me, gold. They're trying to.
Oh my god! No, I have to listen to Sean's freaking Irish accent. Oh god!
Now I'll take that for when we get the Roman.
Just say I know exactly where you're going with this. I got
This is a weird ass.
Keep going. Keep going. No, you say no. Shut up. Keep going, Grimson. Keep going.
I'm like,
I was
like, this is a weird ass podcast.
I know exactly where he's at. I'm saving my laughter.
All right, we're gonna move on now.
Yes.
That accent was so weird. Okay, we're moving on to the WWE Championship match as Bobby Lashley is defending against Goldberg. And I'm just saying this right here. I know that a lot of people don't like Goldberg getting top matches around, but listen to the crowd and the audience.
That's true.
When Goldberg returned, how did the audience react? A standing ovation.
I don't know, because my freaking cable wasn't working that night.
Standing ovation.
Oh, you poor boy.
Chance of Goldberg. A louder ovation. Louder chance of Goldberg. The thing is, Goldberg is much... Here's the thing. To, the IWC, he's not that much of a good thing. He's just taking all the opportunities. But the IWC makes up less than 20% of the actual fan base. Let's be honest about that. To the casual fan, that's a different story. But the fact of the matter is, yes, Goldberg should not be competing for championships. But, let's be honest. I don't think he's winning it. No. He's not winning this time. Just like he didn't beat Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble. Bobby Lashley is not going to win either.
And he has a 2-match deal in this contract, and this is second. Yeah, he's not winning.
Yep. After the match ends, Bobby Lashley will defeat Goldberg, retain the WWE Championship, and then Baron Corbin with the Money in the Bank briefcase off the skull of Lashley. Baron Corbin in his down luck, tries to cash in the briefcase, but the referee tells him, dude, that's not yours. You can't legally cash this in. Then out comes Big E to make the save, takes out Corbin, and then he cashes in on Lashley to become the new WWE Champion to avenge Kofi Kingston's destruction at Money in the Bank. Big E moves over to Raw, the New Day is back together, and Big E is WWE Champion.
Oh, joy.
I'm only saying this because, let's be honest, any attempt to cash in on Roman Reigns will end in a failure.
It will end in a murder.
Yeah, it would end in a failure.
You can always get NXT and cash in. I mean, actually, no, don't do that, actually.
Yeah, Cross will fuck you up, dude.
And don't get NXT UK either.
Okay.
Yeah, cash in on Bobby.
Okay, okay.
You're pretty much...
We have quite a bit to talk about.
You know it's serious when Bobby Lashley is the safest choice for you to cash in on.
Bobby Lashley is the safest out of all of our champions on all these rosters. The safest is Bobby Lashley.
That's how you know it's serious.
Yeah. Okay. We got to get going because we still have the main event to talk about, and I have to leave soon. So,
right.
Heel Balor, I'll go with you. Lashley and Goldberg, what do you think?
I mean, to be honest with you, the build-up's been pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that promo Goldberg gave about how he's back, pretty much just to do his shtick. And thank God he didn't bring about how Bobby Lashley was disrespecting legends like he did with Drew McIntyre for literally no reason. But they're involving his son, which, by the way, his son has gotten a lot older, and there's creeps on the internet being creepy like usual, so that's something.
Remember, he is 15.
Yeah, his son's 15. Leave him alone. Don't be weird. And they're involving him, which makes me think maybe he could interfere in the match. I don't know. people were like, "Oh, but Goldberg's gonna go over." No, he's not. Bobby Lashley's going over with ease. I think it should go like maybe remember match at WrestleMania 33 with Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. Shout out to my boy Leo the Phenom because he gave me this idea as well. I'm gonna steal it. He said that they should go around at 5 minutes. What's up?
Copyright infringement.
Oh well, whatever. It's YouTube. Anyways, you could do it that way and have them go 5 minutes, just destroying each other. Bobby Lashley wins the match. Maybe Big E wins. Here's what I think. This is gonna happen. Bobby Lashley's gonna win. Big E might tease cashing in, but I don't think he's gonna be the guy to really go in there and run in there because that's usually what heels do. That's usually what heels do. The Money in the Bank's for usually what heel tactics.
No,
Big E, I think would be like
no.
Usually, I said usually.
Not
Usually
even
for heel tactics.
Not even usually.
Okay, man, fine. But I'm thinking like maybe Big E goes a different route. Maybe he teases the cash in or whatever. I don't think Big E's cashing in. Bob, there's a little bit of a longer run. Come on, just a little bit more, then he can take it off. Have him hold until Extreme Rules, then take it off. But I think Big E will tease a cash in, or maybe if he cashes in, fine, cash in, whatever. Give us a big moment. But yeah, Bobby Lashley's going over, no problem. Let's go, Almighty Bob. Make me proud.
All right, and Beast, go ahead.
I also think that Goldberg is not winning. Bobby Lashley is definitely going over. And as soon as Bobby wins, it's kind of quiet in the arena. Music fades out, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, CM Punk! I'm just kidding. I'm not. No,
You wish.
no.
Yeah, we're not.
I'll
be honest.
That's
we're
a
not,
joke.
I'll be honest. We're not going to discuss CM Punk on this podcast now.
Yeah.
Move forward.
Yeah.
Move forward.
Hell no.
Continue.
He is not coming back.
Yeah. Just keep going. We're not making predictions on anything like that.
But with the Money in the Bank thing, they're saving that for another day. I don't think Big E or Corbin's gonna come down. They're gonna save that maybe for later. Bobby's definitely gonna retain. Absolutely. Goldberg, goodbye.
All right, and finally came Money.
I got Bobby winning by Spirium at least 3 to 5 times. 3 to 5 times of him just spearing Goldberg.
And then maybe the Hurt Lock to finish him off.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's
I don't
only,
even need the Hurt Lock.
it's only been recently that Bobby Lashley's been an almighty champion. So he needs to keep it going.
Don't worry, he's still going to remain almighty after this. It's not ending. Nobody's stopping my almighty champion.
Except for Big E. All right, moving on to the main event of SummerSlam and the match I've been excited for a long time. Roman Reigns versus John Cena for the Universal Championship. Who's ready for that, huh?
I am hyped.
I'm excited.
Roman Reigns versus John Cena, not Finn Balor. Because he don't deserve it.
Well played, Christian.
It's okay. No. My actual thing about Finn Balor is like, I'm glad that they're not pulling a Daniel Bryan by throwing him into this for no reason.
Exactly. Because for me, being obviously the big Finn Balor fan that I am, I would not appreciate if they would throw Balor in. It's like, here you go, Prince. Get in the title match because why not?
Yeah, we don't want someone in there just to, quote, take the pin. Because that's all Finn would ever do is take the pin. Roman Reigns and John Cena one-on-one. I think here's the thing. I'm pretty sure Heel Balor agrees with me on this. Reigns is going to win because Finn Balor will cost John Cena. And from what I heard, John Cena is scheduled for the SmackDown and MSG. So a lot of people are saying, oh, he's going to beat Reigns, win the title, and then lose it back to Reigns at MSG. I'm like, that'd be a waste.
Ew, no.
I'm like, I have a better idea. John Cena versus Finn Balor at the MSG SmackDown event. And the winner faces Roman at Extreme Rules, in which Finn gets the win. Finn gets the win. Ta-da! Because I think Reigns and Finn Balor are going to have a Universal title match at some point. Probably maybe at the Extreme Rules event that I will be attending in Columbus, Ohio, folks.
So did enjoy.
I think that'd be cool. But meanwhile, Roman Reigns, John Cena, they're going to put on a hell of a dream match. I've been loving their build-up, even if a lot of people are saying that there hasn't been much of a build-up. I'm like, I've seen a lot of it. So,
There has been a build-up.
yeah, there has been.
Kind of.
Roman Reigns, John Cena. The match sells itself.
Literally, they're going to sell out the stadium. They already did sell out the stadium, pretty much.
Yeah, and here's another thing. There are literally no stipulated match at SummerSlam as of this moment. And I
Thank
like
God.
that. Because
See what
all the
now?
matches
Yes.
on here sell by themselves.
Exactly. You don't need a stipulation match to sell out a stadium.
Exactly. All right. My pick, Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, will retain the Universal title and continue his, by that point, near 1 year long title reign, and he's going to keep being champion up till like WrestleMania. Because
Goddamn right.
this is the best world title reign in WWE in like over 5 fucking years.
It's up there.
And it's also the best, this is not saying much, but it's the best Universal title reign. Roman Reigns is the best
Again.
Universal champion, and nobody comes close now.
Roman's also the best heel in pro wrestling. All of pro
All of
wrestling.
pro wrestling, yep.
Yes, sir.
He's the head of the wrestling table, not the WWE table, the professional wrestling table.
Oh, he is.
Okay, but yeah, Roman Reigns is gonna go over. Because John Cena, we all know he's got a lot more shit to film, so he's gonna be gone after this. All right, heel Balor. What about you?
I've been enjoying the shtick Cena and Reigns have been doing. This past week, the little promo they had, which apparently was not rehearsed, the little back and forth they had. Yeah, Reigns held his own, but Big Match John swooped right around and caught him right there. Yeah, you held your own, Tribal Chief, but once again, Cena destroyed you on the mic. You hung in there. I'll give you a little bit of that. But you hung in there, and you got destroyed. Battle it next time, Reigns. But in the ring, you were obviously, and as much as I want John Cena, I could actually see Cena winning for one reason. And that one reason is Ric Flair. Since Ric Flair is obviously no longer a part of WWE, being swiping people that they are, they were like, you know what? Let's have John Cena break Ric Flair's imaginary title reign. Let's have John Cena do that. And they'll give the title to Cena. And they'll have him drop it in, I don't know, to whoever. I don't freaking know. And there you go. And next, John goes on his way to Hollywood. But that's not going to happen. No, that's not going to happen at all. Because my boy is showing up. And John, payback's coming for you. Because you did something that he should have done. You did something you shouldn't have done. He did something. And that's called taking away title opportunities. And you took Balor's title opportunity. So what's going to happen, John, is that you're going to go face to face with the Prince, and the Prince is going to put you down at SummerSlam. And the Prince is going to help Roman Reigns retain the Universal Championship. Oh, yes, he is. Just to go up there and step up to Reigns himself, because Balor's not afraid of anybody. And he's going to put you down. He's going to send you. Oh, no, Roman Reigns is the same to Hollywood. Oh, no. Mr. Balor's sending him back to Hollywood. And you're going to go up to Hollywood and do your own things and try to be like The Rock and pretty much undermine everything you saw those years ago about being in Hollywood. And meanwhile, the Prince is going to step up to the Tribal Chief and hold his own, John.
He's going to get demolished, but, you know.
Get demolished. Okay, yeah, sure. Anyways, that being said, John, I love you to death, and I will not be shocked if you win. I guess since this, like I said, this is a big event. And with the fans back, very big. And you want that big moment. I could see WWE giving the Universal title to Cena, but Reigns is on the run of his life right now. Don't take it away from him, especially since he's creeping up on 1 year as the Universal Champion. Don't do that. Don't do that. Roman Reigns is going to win. Finn Balor showing up. Goodbye, John. You're going down. The Prince is gonna decide your fate.
All right.
Roman Reigns is going over.
All right, we got to wrap this up shortly. So, K-Money or move?
Obviously, I got my boy, my Tribal Chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, going over on John Cena with Finn Balor interfering and costing John Cena, because after all, John Cena did the thing, and I have a feeling he's gonna, like, when Finn calls him, he's gonna be like, "Don't take him, regard. You got to win, regard. I'm not gonna take that line day." I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Do it one more time. Do it again.
I have been costing Cena at SummerSlam, and he's gonna be like, "Doesn't take a shot. Doesn't take a shot at me, good. You never should have taken me, good. Take on his mind." Oh my god! I need a second.
Good job. He's better predicting Roman Reigns.
I need a second.
Good.
Okay.
Anyways, Beast.
Go ahead.
Now, Roman is definitely winning, and I agree. I think Finn is costing Roman. Finn is costing Cena. Absolutely.
I wish.
You wish.
Finn is costing Cena. Absolutely. Roman's going over. The Invisible Man is going back to Hollywood. Roman Reigns for the dub.
I still remember the memes of the actual movie, The Invisible Man, and people are saying John Cena was the star as the Invisible Man.
See, I made those jokes too. Like, I keep saying all the time, like, hey, remember when John Cena started the Invisible Man movie? Yeah, you just couldn't see him.
That was such a missed opportunity for that. Oh gosh.
What a freaking party we've been having, huh?
Hell yeah.
Right, man. Well, it's summer, dog. It's SummerSlam. And TakeOver.
SummerSlam party is going to be amazing. Absolutely. We're going to have a good time, a great weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our predictions to NXT TakeOver 36 and SummerSlam. SummerSlam takes place Saturday, August 21st, and NXT TakeOver Sunday, August 22nd. We are going to have a fantastic weekend. It's going to be great. I hope you guys enjoy very much. And Heel Balor, you know what to do.
Well, let's see. We are the losers. Well, me and Christian are, obviously. And this is our lounge. Thank you, of course, for all for joining us. We'll be back next week. We'll review SummerSlam. Hopefully it's good. I'm looking forward to the show. See you in the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy SummerSlam. Enjoy TakeOver. We are the losers, and this is our lounge. Peace.